assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
Now remember, when things look bad, and it looks like you're not gonna make it, then you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean.
We don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Put 'em up. Put 'em up.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Dwight. Welcome to Bill. Welcome to Virtual Pool Online and VP4 TV's live stream coverage and commentary of the hot seat match in the VP4 2022 World Cribbage Championships. We've got the big guns going tonight, head-to-head, race to... what the hell is it again? Race to 15, isn't it? And I haven't changed that, and I'll just change that right now. Just give me 2 seconds. If I can get this to actually go over it, hang on. We'll just change that right now. And that should do the trick. Yeah, race to 15. And it's Albinario. Well, the good news for Albinario is that he's got the best cribbage making percentage by about 5% over all the rest of the players in the tournament. The other good news is he's going to have 2 attempts, if he needs them, to get to his 3rd major final in a row. He's going for the hat-trick. So whatever happens tonight, he's either going to go straight through to the final, or he's going to have another match, or Cobra will, depending on how the outcome goes, because we have Machine, who's waiting in the semi-final, effectively, or the one-loss side final. It depends how you call it. And the loser of this match tonight will be playing him. So Albinario trying to go straight through. Cobra desperate to take the crown or prevent Albinario going for the triple crown. I think that's the general idea. The favourite is going to be Albinario, but as we've seen, how the break can affect this game and how it frustrates. We've seen how Larry last night could not get going. I don't know what was up with Larry. He was missing far too many shots, and he basically got pummeled in the end. Machine was good enough to take the plentiful opportunities that he got and made the most of it. And well, it'll be a good match for whoever he's going to play, and he won't be taken lightly. I don't think that will be the case. But these 2 players are skill-wise the best 2 players in the tournament. They're generally the best 2 players in any tournament that we do, if they put their mind to it. We've seen how Albinario in particular, I've always said that Albinario is the best all-round virtual pool player. He adapts to every game given enough time, and he did that in the previous 2 tournaments, did it in the straight pool, did it in the black ball, and he's making a pretty good fist at it in the cribbage tournament so far. So it's going to be the bad luck, the good luck, the unforced errors that will play the big part in tonight's match, and that is going to unfold for us in about 6 minutes' time. Now, Steve has been working on the what do you call it? The leagues, and one thing I noticed that those names of those guys that were listed as provincial players to be chosen for the leagues, 2 of them have gone missing, and it's now down to just Machine and Steve DW, who are on there as prospective candidates to join someone's league. But like I say, Machine's his rate's a bit too high. If we look down at the teams, as far as I'm aware, the teams haven't changed. There's still, oh no, there's another one in. Sharky took advice. Well, Steve told me to contact Sharky and ask Sharky to decline my proposal, my invite, which he did, and he's now committed himself to Bobby Barris's team. and Bobby Barris's team has got 3 players. Now, it's funny that, is it my eyes that are playing me up, but Risk looks a bit faint. I don't know what that means. But anyway, Risk has been approached to play in that team. Guts is another one. That's another player I've never seen. So there are 4 players in that team, which is called Bobby's 9-ball shots. We've got the Omega team. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 in that. We've got Breaking the System, which I think's a couple of, well, but there's a couple of teams. Wait a minute. That's a bit weird. That well, Steve needs to fix that, because there's something broken there. Look at my team. I've got myself, Popman, and Tornado Tam are the 3 that I know that are in the team. But 1, 2, 3, 4 are outstanding invites, which should not be shown there. So that's broken. So Steve will find that out in a minute if he intends to join the live stream. So I'll leave that there, and I'm not sure whether he is going to join or not. As a matter of fact, I think he said he would a couple of days ago, but we'll wait and see. So anyway, that's something else for him to fix. He can have a look at that when he comes in. So what do we reckon on predictions here, guys? Because I reckon this is up in the air, this match. I mean, 15-12 to Albinario. I think there'll be 3 racks between them if it goes according to the book. If Cobra's going to win it, maybe the same score either way. But I'm gonna plump for Albinario as being able to get over the line sooner than Cobra. But what do we know? I think people were predicting Larry to win last night, and that all fell apart. And it fell apart very rapidly. It started bad for Larry, and then it went straight downhill even further. It couldn't have got any worse for him. But well played to Machine. He was more than good enough to take these opportunities, did the job, got it done, and lives to fight another day. So Cobra is in the chat. He's been in practicing on and off all day, and as we know, Albinario is not going to show until the last minute. I'm just going to do a quick tab out to have a quick look. Welcome to, who's that? Is that Rabbi and Spud? Welcome to Spud Boy. Right, I'll be back in a wee second. Just a quick look. No, he's not in Discord. So we've got another 3 minutes to go. Now I wonder if my cloth's at the right colour. Let me go in and just set that and make sure that that's done. And then I don't have to do it when the match starts. Right, we're fine. Cloth's at the right colour. And the other thing to have a quick look at, that was one thing I haven't done. Wait till I just bring up the banners. I'm going to have a look and see how many are in this 10-ball tournament, because that's the next one. There's another thing Steve needs to fix, because the notices have been broken. They've defaulted back. There's nothing in the notices, so he's broke that as well. Let's go to the home page. Not the 9-ball league. Alright, I can't do it because he hasn't got a prompt up for the 10-ball. Right, so what we need to do is we need to go to the end of the month tournament, and then go to all game types, and where the hell's 10-ball in this? I can't see it by looking at it. 10-ball, and then we will choose month, and it should be at the bottom of the page. That's it there. We can see that there are 28 seats left, so somebody who can do basic arithmetic, which isn't me, can work out how many there is signed up. Out of 64 seats, there are 28 left. Quick look down. Acero from Japan is in. So we've got a very good mix of quality and and aspiring players, shall we say, are in the mix. So this is going to be a big tournament, and there's still plenty of time to get yourself signed up for it. It doesn't start until the last day of the month, and it's going to be double elimination, race to 17 on the winner's side, race to 13 on the one loss side, and a final, which is a race to 21. So that about covers everything that's going. And Steve's awake. Let me have a look in Discord. Good afternoon to Steve. I heard a little noise there.
It still sounds. You still sound like you're in a tunnel.
Right. Well,
you have a fan going or something?
I do have a fan going because it's 80.
Yeah.
It's 80 degrees, but the fan's miles away.
Yeah, that's probably the noise though.
I was going to say something when it's in my mind. I did an update for Discord earlier on, and if you put Discord to full screen and you hit Control R, it will reload, and if there is an update to do it, it will do it, but it didn't do it when you switched it on. There's something broken on the league page, Steve. I'll just show you in a sec. On the street, in fact, tell a lie, I won't, because I think the room's about to go up. In fact, has Albinario arrived yet? He hasn't appeared. Let me just get to the league page.
I'm not sure what the heck happened when I did Control R. I didn't see any update. I don't know what it did.
Yeah, but if you've got it in full screen, it should just refresh itself. If I'm going to go to the league page and let you see the problem. If you look at the teams in the list, and go right down, you can see that there's, in fact, there's actually more teams. I never noticed that. But if you go to my team at the top, and these other teams, why are these other teams showing invited players in the team list rather than just the team?
That's called a feature.
All right. So, I mean, I know that I've got 3 players in my team, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 outstanding invites actually showing in the team.
Yeah, it's showing the invites. I can't remember. I think I've got it set up so it won't show them after the league starts, or that was the idea.
Right. No.
The status has to be signups for that to happen. So once the league starts, it won't happen.
Right. Albinario and Cobra are in the room. Albinario has won the lag. Or maybe Cobra won the lag and put Albinario in, because Cobra's been doing that. And Albinario about to shoot off. I noticed the notice is missing from the lobby chat as well.
Yeah, I noticed that too, and I'm trying to find out why. I was just looking at that.
What was that, Larry? What was there? I don't know what Larry's saying, because I've just turned to look at the chat. Larry will put me right in a minute. I've missed something. Larry will tell me in a second or two. In fact, Larry's got bored. I think he's gone into the room. Yeah, he's in the room watching.
Yeah, we had a problem last night. That's why the server restarted. I have to take a look at that. Okay, well, at least I know what happened. Time to put notices back. I'm going to have to put those in the database so that doesn't happen.
Were you saying that 10-ball notice was in the chat, Larry? I never saw it. I must have scrolled up past it. So Cobra's got the first opportunity here. He's already on 1 cribbage. He's got the 12-3, and then he's going to have to get really down to business here, because I don't think there's anything else. Let's have a look up the table. No, there's really nothing going to happen here, unless Cobra can go over to the long rail on the side and get on that 13, because the 2 ball's up the table, or he can get on the 2 and get across to the 13. one of the two, but he's took a risk trying to break things. Now he's also got a shot in the 9 where he can get out onto the 6. So there's the 9-6, there's the 10-5, and there's a 2-13. And he's already on 2 cribbages, so there's 3 cribbages there to win the rack. Wow, unbelievable. You wouldn't have thought he'd have missed that. Well, that's a big opportunity there for Cobra, considering that there were the 3 cribbages he needed. And he's hung the 10. And Albinario might take a big risk here and do some damage to try and go for the win in this rack, knowing that the 10 ball's over the pocket. Nope. He's going to bide his time. Mind you, I think he might have been a bit too straight on that 5 to do much damage there.
Here, I'm just trying to get these banners up.
So, 6 ball into the side, back for the 9. We know the 13-2 is there. You've just got to be careful to get on that 13 ball. But Albinario will still have work to do to rescue this first rack on his break. I'll have a quick drink. Well, this is the one that's just a little touchy shot to pot this 2. How's the line on this 2? Is it too straight? No, he's got enough angle.
This is easy. This just run around the corner here.
Well, he's on it, but he'll be looking to come off this rail and bump the 4 and 7, I would think.
Oh yeah, he's got a great angle. I think he'll put a little speed on this too.
Oh, he's just moved the 4 and nothing else.
But that's what he needs. That's all he needs. So I mean, this is sitting good because he can shoot the 11, and then he's got the 7 up the table.
Yeah.
Or the 8. You know, I mean, it couldn't be much better than this. You know, his speed is good. You know, like that shot, he didn't want to leave it short. Or, you know, he'd have an angle, he'd have to go back and forth. Now he can just roll it.
Yeah,
Same thing when he went from that 2 to the 13, just good speed.
Did you catch that 10 ball that Cobra left hanging?
No, I was busy putting banners back up.
Well, he was more or less home and dry. I mean, the cribbages were there for Cobra to have the rack won, and he's let one go right off the bat here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's going to be a match of who makes less mistakes, and every mistake's probably going to cost you at least a game. The other thing is how are guys going to break? Okay, that cue ball got kicked. He lost that thing, and
it's dry.
I didn't see exactly what happened on that break, but that cue ball really got kicked at high speed. I'm just wondering if he hit the ball he wanted to do the way he wanted to. All right, well, I mean, this is really a pretty good rack. 14-1, 11-4.
7-8.
7-8, 5-10. Those are all real easy. And the other ones are doable. Let's see what... I would think he'd just shoot this 14 and roll forward. Take the 1 ball. I mean, this is natural. He just pocket speed, and the speed's perfect on the cue ball.
I don't know whether he's running through to the 12 ball. Now he's coming back, stunning it down.
See, I don't get that. I don't get why he just didn't roll forward. It was simpler.
Again, Cobra's just taking his time so that he knows where he's going. He may, I mean, the obvious one he would be going for 7-8 next because, he doesn't have to do anything to get on them.
Well, let's see. We got Machine watching, Larry watching, Stephen Thompson's here. Bill's here, IQ2. Rabbi.
Now, is that the 10 ball that's to the left of the 8? No,
Yes.
yes it is, so...
I'm not sure. He must be playing for the 11-4 here. And, I mean, from the 11, it's pretty easy to go to the 10 or the 5. I would think you're better off taking the 10 first, just because I think the 5's in a better spot to play position on the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. So he's about to complete his third cribbage.
I mean, he's going to have to do something to get that fifth one. There's nothing that's sitting, ideally out in the open. I mean, there's balls you can get to, but I mean, most likely cribbage, the simplest one without moving anything, is going to be the 13-2, which he may have just tried to get on there. He didn't. I mean, you get straight in on that 13, it's just a stop shot to shoot the 2. And I think he might have tried to get there and backed up too much, so he's going to take the 10 and go to the 5. And then it's going to be decision time. I mean, this is...
well, he's got an angle. I don't know whether he's going to thump this in and try and get a bump.
Yeah, I mean, if the 3 was a little lower, he could try to bump the 9, but it's too high for that. I'm not sure what he's going to do here. I mean, you can go forward and try to run into the 2 ball. That's certainly doable. Forward with top left. He's coming back, or he's stopping it. Let's see, is he going to play a combo? I'm not sure what he's doing. Maybe he's trying to come back for the 13. He certainly didn't get there. Well, this is the part. This is the part that some of these guys that are better players are, having struggling with, is when it comes to that real precision play. I think he can roll forward on this and possibly still shoot the 2. The problem is that 12 ball is sitting in not a wonderful spot. He's going to have to stun this a little. Maybe go to the end rail even. I think that's your best shot, is try to get the cue ball in the middle of the table. I think you can just, I think you can hit this with almost no spin. See,
I don't think you can get there now.
Yeah, see, the problem there, and this is what guys are missing sometimes, is that when you're cutting a ball like that, it puts English on the cue ball. So if you want that ball to come straight down the table, you have to put a little inside English on it. So
just to straighten it.
End rail, it has no spin.
Instead of going that way, it goes back up that way.
Well, that ended up having less spin on it because of the cut angle. And, he's going to have to bank this too, which is certainly doable. Well, that's not a very good attempt at it. I mean, we've seen this in the past with Cobra, and he's said it himself that he doesn't bank very good. I mean, that was a bank that, you probably should make at least half the time. If you bank well, quite a bit more than that, and that one wasn't even close. It was 6 inches outside the pocket.
Well, it's still an opportunity that Cobra's had. So he's had 2 opportunities to win racks. And Albinario has got all the work to do, though.
I'll tell you what, if you're comfortable back cutting that 3 ball, you just make this 12 and leave yourself a back cutting on the 3 ball and make that. It opens up the whole table. I mean, it's gonna move balls. I mean, I think that's what Albin's gonna try. I think he's just gonna leave himself a back cut on this 3 ball. Nope.
No, he's going trying
around the
behind
other
it.
side. Yeah. Well, he didn't get where he wanted because there's no breakout here. But, I mean, he can still break him out going off the side rail. Now, he's going to back up. He may try to shoot this on the side and draw it back. I'm not sure he's going to get the 13 doing that. He might brush it a little. He certainly can get the 6 ball. And now he's looking corner. I think he's going to try to come off the end rail. Nope, he keeps changing his mind here. Yeah, he did get into the 13. He hit it hard enough to get the 13, and that's good enough. I mean, he should be out here.
Nice little gap to drop onto the 13.
That was a well-played shot. He understood the speed he needed to hit it. I mean, he took a chance hitting the ball that hard because, you know, it hits it doesn't hit in the pocket right. It's coming out.
Yeah, what's the line he's got here? Is he going to roll through for the next? See, the angle is taking him away.
Oh, Mark's asking about the Euro 9. Well, they implemented a rule called break box. So, essentially what those lines are is they're defining the break box. You have to put the cue ball within the rectangle in the center. The two rectangles on the outside are just sort of they don't mean anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the rectangle in the middle is the one where you have to put the cue ball.
Yeah, that match will be running just now, I think, the final. I don't know whether Shane Van Bonen got to the final. I watched the start of his match, and then I had to go and watch the football.
Well, if they had to play 9-ball, then putting the 9-ball on the head spot and using a break box was the best thing they could do. I mean, if you're going to play 9-ball, then, you know, I'm sure the pros would rather play 10-ball, but if you're going to play 9-ball, that's a good thing to do, because otherwise it's just, you know, if you want the best players to win, you can't make it so that you're making a wing ball every time, because everybody can run out. If you want to see guys like Gorst and Shane and Filler and, you know, some of the top Filipinos and, you know,
well, even with
a few Europeans too, Shaw and Alcade and maybe Ushan. I mean, some of those guys too. I mean, you know, the best players are going to win more with this setup.
Yeah, with that, what do you call that rack thing again?
The magic rack?
The magic rack. Well, with the magic rack on the table and the break box, 9 times out of 10, the 1 ball was getting in. As we look at the table here, the 9 balls get into the right side pocket pretty much every time.
The 9-ball?
Yeah, the 1 ball in the break.
Oh, it's going into the side pocket. Yeah. But you know, the thing is, they're trying to make the 1 ball. But the thing is that it's harder. It's harder to control the cue ball.
Yeah, but what they also did, Steve, is they moved the 9 ball onto the head spot.
Yeah, that's why they're hitting it with a cut break.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you do when the 9 ball's on the head spot. The standard break is a cut break. You angle off the 1 and you cut it, and the cue ball comes off the side rail.
Well, the one thing to make note of in these first 2 racks is Cobra's had a chance in each rack to get it 1, and he's failed to do it, and that's why he's 2-0 down. And Albinario off and running in rack number 3 into his third cribbage.
He better get it figured out pretty soon, or Albinario's going to eat his lunch. I think, you know, with any player, when they step up and play somebody that, you know, is stronger than them, they can become exposed because, you know, the other guy's making less mistakes and running out more. And, you know, what it does is it exposes your weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Cobra's weaknesses are you know, kind of on display here is inability to play bank shots. And he's a little bit too reliant on draw and stun. I mean, he's really good at it, but I mean, he uses it sometimes in situations where it's maybe not the best approach. So those kind of things aren't going to matter when he's playing most players. But when he's playing Albin, those mistakes that cause him not to get out, you just can't make too many of those.
Yeah. I notice Sylvia's already written off Cobra. She's calling the one-loss side match against Machine. She's gone a match ahead already.
Well, I mean, Cobra can win this match, but I think, given what we know about both these players' games, he's at a disadvantage. So that means he's got to play really good, and he's got to have the break go his way. And I mean, it's just the way it is for him. But he plays good enough to win this game. There's no doubt about it. He can win.
Oh yeah, I mean, long way to go. But the longer you go without getting a rack on the board, then that little bit of desperation sets in, and you start taking chances. Well, there's a chance. Yep. Albinario has left it on a plate for him, so Cobra's going to get off the mark. This will be a mighty fail if he doesn't complete the job here. But he's going to have to. Yeah. He's going to have to pot the 15 ball twice.
And I didn't expect Alvin to miss that ball, but the thing about pool is even the best players are going to miss some balls and make some mistakes. The difference is that they don't do it very much, and then they're really good at taking advantage of their opportunities, and especially tough tables. So if Albin does that 6 times in this match, then he could lose it. But I would expect he's going to do that 2 or 3 times in this match, and I'm sure Cobra probably will too. Nobody's going to go without missing a ball. It doesn't happen too much in VP, and really in real life it doesn't either.
Now, what's 64 minus 28, Steve?
44, 36.
Right, so that's how many's in the 10 ball tournament at the moment. And we've still got another 2 weeks to go.
A little over 2 weeks. Yeah, I wasn't sure we'd be able to get a field of 64, but I think we'll have a good field.
Oh yeah, well there'll be a good 2 or 3 will sign up near the time. So this is still to be completed, but it's perfect. Just drop the 15 in, leave the cue ball where the 15 is, and pot the 15 in the opposite corner if he wants.
Yep, I got a call I got to take. I'll be right back.
So Cobra will be relieved, but Cobra wasn't expecting this opportunity, but he's taken it. Now, what's it going to cost Albinario, though? Is Cobra going to get a good break, get a ball in a shot? We all know that is a bit of a lottery in this game. Second ball. Now that, I think, was the 8 in the side, and look at where the 7 is. Now that 7 will go in off the 3. I think he can make the combo. He can pot that 13 onto the 7. Probably not too hard, I don't think. And it may well go in off the 3. He's looking at it. Well, he's no option, but the way I see it, it's going to go quite thick on the 3 ball. It might not go. Might catch in the jaw. But I don't think the harder you hit this, the more likelihood it's going to go in. I think you have to might be reasonably gentle with this. But I think it's catching it a bit thick. It's just on a line that's going to almost a third of the 3 ball. We'll soon find out. Welcome to Slim. Welcome to Mark as well. I just realised Mark was there. Yeah, it's gone in. That was a good shot. It was sort of touch and go as to whether it was going to catch that left knuckle and it was going to hang up, but he's got it done now. What's he got next? Well, we've got a 10, and he can play the 5 up into the corner. He's got the 14 he can kill for the 1 in the side. So 1 in the side now. Again, before he pots this, have a look and see where he's going next. Now, again, if he just rolls through, how's the angle in this one? He's fine. If he rolls through, he's getting the 9-6. Not a problem. And then, of course, that gets rid of some of the clutter on the table, and the 10 and 5 is still there. And, of course, I think that 10 and 5 need to go out the way because, obviously, it's a blocker. And again, the right thing to do is to use your shot clock and don't commit yourself until you know where your next cribbage ball is going to be. So it's 9-6. Now, is he going to play the 12-10 combo? Nope. I think he's maybe trying to get down. I don't know whether he tried to play for the 5 and he's gone too far to play it into this bottom left-hand corner. That might have been his idea. Now this is a wee bit fiddly because the 5 ball I don't think goes into the side. It's blocked by the 15. So I think his idea was to finish there and just pot the 5 and then take the 10. So he's going to have to come out onto the 5. That'll do it. Oh, Steve's a Wichita lineman, is he, Slim? That's a good song. So Albinario's error in the previous rack cost him that rack that gave Cobra his first one in the match, and Cobra's broken run in rack number 4 to square the match. Now that's second and third ball. And a couple of balls have gone in, I think. And these balls are not sitting too badly. I think they can all be got at one way or another. Now, what's his cribbage ball though? He needs the 12 and the 4. And he can see the 4. That's one thing that he can cut. Where's the 12 ball gone? Is that it there? That's the 12 ball there.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
So he's got to find a gap and get up the table and get the weight right, and he's overcooked it. He's overcooked it by about a foot. And he'll be kicking himself with that one.
Well, here we go again with a shot that, you can cut this 12 ball in, but it's a pretty thin cut. You can bank it too, which, he can cut it down in the other corner if he wants to.
You seriously think he can cut that in from that angle, Steve?
I do, yeah. It'll go, but it's like a paper cut. And it will go another corner. He banked it. And he hit it good.
Yep.
How about that? Now, that wasn't an easy bank. Did he put right English on that? I didn't see.
Yeah, well, the other thing is he's potted the 9 ball as well.
Did. Well, that's not necessarily a good thing.
Now, hang on a minute.
A shot on the 6. Yeah, he's okay.
I was wondering whether he was aware that he'd potted the 9 there.
Yeah, that would be a big mistake to not see that. I guess that's something you should always check. Well, all right. So I've got to give him big props for making that bank shot, because that was not an easy bank shot. That big a back cut on a bank shot is tough. So that was impressive. I'm gonna raise his banking game up a little because
one notch because he's got one.
yeah, I mean, the thing about Banks is that anybody that plays as good as him could be good at it. It's just you got to practice them.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, he generally doesn't get a lot of practice at Banks when he plays 9-ball because he's usually on the spot when he's playing 9-ball. So he very rarely has to, bail out on a bank shot.
Yeah. No, the way you get good at Banks is you play a game like Banks, or you play One Pocket or Honolulu, or this game, it comes up a lot where you get in situations you need to bank a ball, or sometimes, I mean, the bank shot's the simplest way to play position.
Welcome to Potman. Late to the party, but things are beginning to hot up here. Albinario with a 2-0 lead. It's now going to be 3-2 behind.
This is that was huge. I mean, that bank shot was huge. I mean, that's the difference, being able to make that shot between being up 3-2 and being up. That's a 2-game swing, that bank shot.
Yep.
I mean, that was huge. So let's see how he's hitting this. He's putting draw on it. No English. He's going right at the 8-ball.
Cue ball.
Well, so that's why I keep telling these guys they need to put a little right English on that shot, and nobody's doing it. And that's the result. Is you're going to lose the cue ball down table sometimes, even if it doesn't go in the pocket. It's just not a great place for it.
Did you read Albinario's comment in the chat, Steve?
No.
In the room.
Oh, yeah. How about that? I did say well done.
Albinario says, easy bank, I'm sure Steve said.
Well, I didn't say that. That was not an easy bank.
Cobra says, hope he was impressed. Well, yeah. Albinario looking to make the most of the error from Cobra this time. This is maybe the pattern this match is going to go. The odd mistake, and it's whether or not these guys are going to take each other out each time this happens.
Well, I mean, that describes pool at this level. It's basically how many mistakes you're going to make. I mean, and that's how I look at it in real life. Is I evaluate how I play a match based on how many mistakes I made, where I count a mistake as either a missed ball or a bad safety.
Mm-hmm.
And you can start getting picky and say, well, okay, I had an opportunity I should have run out and I made a cue ball mistake. You could call that as a half a point. But anyhow, I figure if you are playing and you have 2 or less in a match, like let's say a race to 7 or a race to 9, then you will probably be in a match against anybody in the world, 2 or less.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean you're going to win, but you'll probably be in it. And, it's with players at this level, this is a race to 15, so obviously it's going to be more than 2. But if you said, well, I'm only going to make 5 mistakes, I can almost guarantee you the guy that only makes 5 mistakes in this is probably winning.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to, one or 2 mistakes could be the difference in the whole match. And that's why making that 10-ball bank was so huge for Cobra, because, that's a 2-game swing there, because Albin's going to run out if he doesn't make it.
Well, Albie's on to his 4th cribbage. And, he's going to have to work something out here, and you think he's... if I missed something, right, that was his 4th, so he's got 13-2. Yeah, I have missed it. Right, 13-2, it's game over.
Yeah, well, you got to expect that these guys are going to usually get out on the easy tables, but, that's still an opportunity to make a mistake.
Yeah.
There's a lot of opportunities to make mistakes in pool.
Well, if you want to start counting mistakes, then effectively Cobra's made 3. And they've all cost him racks. He had the 2 opportunities in the first 2 racks. He lost those racks. And then he's had that scratch and a break in this rack, and that's cost him a rack. So every error that Cobra has made, one way or another, has been punished.
Well, he lost the cue ball, but he kind of got away with it. It actually came out in a pretty good spot, but unfortunately, he doesn't have a lot here. He's got a 2-rail bank into the corner pocket. He might be able to cut this ball. It's a pretty thin cut, but I think he can cut this ball. He's probably what he's going to do.
Yeah, he's had a go.
He hit it heavy. So,
well, this is tit for tat, Steve. This is Cobra with his opportunity.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he missed that ball because it wasn't that hard to cut. I mean, it's certainly a lot easier than a 2-rail bank from the angle he had.
Now, obviously, these are all dead in the kitchen with ball in hand, so he's going to have to look for his first cribbage opportunity with 14-1. And then he's got to, I think he's then got to start thinking a bit here because it's a bit, obviously problem now is he has how about this for a combination shot? How about that 7-11-8 as a combo? Or just playing 8 and bumping out, but I mean, you got to get rid of that 11.
I mean, it's doable, but the problem is you got to get the 11 out of there. And I think at the angle he's got, it works because you hit the 7 straight into the 11. 11 is going to catch the right side of the 8 and move out of there. And a 7 should, stay there, given you hit it straight into the 11.
No, I don't know what he's doing here.
Slim saying Luther Lester would watch and say if he misses, I can beat him. Well, back then, Slim, they were playing on some buckets. So, yeah, if you did miss, you could beat him. I remember when I bought my Revo, I hit balls with it on they had a diamond bar table for about 15 minutes. There's a guy watching me. He goes, "You got to buy it. You never miss." And I go, "Well, it's a bar table. You're not supposed to ever miss." But yeah, back in Laster's day, they were playing on buckets. I mean, they were...
What, 4.5-inch pockets?
Oh, no. They were like 5-inch pockets. They were huge. Yeah. I mean, these right now on that we're playing on VP are 4.5 right now. And most of the tournaments, like what they're playing on the Euro Tour, those were 4.5. They've tightened them up some.
Well, what's the normal pockets in this game? Is that 5 inches?
Well, there's no such thing as normal. Really,
well, normal for VP4 though. It must be like 4 and...
I think they're 4 3/4.
Yeah.
The corners, the sides are different, but we're talking when we're talking pocket size, we're talking corners.
Well, here we go. What's he doing here? No, he's trying to get to the 8, and well, he's going to have to. He's going to have to be clever here if he's going to try and hold for that 7 ball somewhere. Nope, 13-2.
He can move from it right now. I mean, he can stun this up table. He wants to get basically pretty straight in on that 7-11. I mean, it's real doable. The key there is the 7 has to go straight into the 11. And if you're going to miss it a little on one side or the other, you need to miss it a little on the left side of the 11 so that the 7 ball stays out in front of the pocket. If you miss it on the right side of the 11, you could end up
wait a minute,
the 7 by the 9.
Well, that might work. That might work.
I don't know if he's trying to do something crazy like that, but it certainly is going to work.
So 7 and 8 for the league again.
Out.
So for the first time in the match.
Hughes, there's something else that makes a big difference in how tough tables play. And that's the depth of the shelf.
Oh, yeah. Big difference.
So these pockets have a fairly deep shelf. Not ridiculous, but when you go to like the... what do they call them? The very tight pockets on this. When you go into that, then they've got even a deeper shelf. So they not only are narrower, but the pocket is shelf is deeper.
So Cobra's break has given him the 2 ball. 13 ball into the side as a bonus. What's the
Yeah.
ball that's up the rail? Is that the 14?
Yep.
One ball's sort of dead in the water, although it does go up table, but it's asking a lot to... I mean, it'd be easy enough if you could drop behind the one at some point.
He can. He tried to move some balls, which is an interesting strategy, and you know he's able to free up some balls there. You know, that gives him the 14-1, and it also gives him the 9-6, and you know, really the 11-4 is available, and the 3-12 is available. So he's got a lot of stuff. This is just. It isn't a connect the dots kind of table. He's got to be a little careful about how the pattern he plays and how he gets on balls. But it's certainly doable run out. I would expect he's going to get out here.
Well, this is an exercise for Cobra in keeping a hold of that cue ball, because all of these balls, again, can be got at. So it's all about just keeping this cue ball in a tight range.
Yeah, it's not a difficult table, but you can make it difficult if you get yourself out of position.
Oh.
See, yeah. That's the sort of thing that, you know, that's the sort of thing that can, that's what I'm saying about this table is it's not a gimme table. He's got to actually play a little pool here on this, even though there's no bad clusters or anything on it.
Well, he was having a look at the 8 ball there and dropping down into the short side here for the 7, but I think he's thought better of it.
I like that play. He was a little bit cautious on it. He underhit that ball. I mean, he was at an angle. He could have been more aggressive than that. But you know, if you're gonna screw up, it's better to do it on the short side than running up on the 3 ball.
I think he's going to run into the 10 here off the short rail. I don't know whether he's going to catch the 7. It looks as if it's thin enough that yeah, he is going to catch the 7. Now, how's he finished here? Well,
he's fine. I mean, that's really good that he got the 7. He got that out. He's got a fairly easy shot to get from the 6 to the 9. It's a little speed sensitive is the only problem.
Well, he can go 7 and just go through for the 8 in the side.
Yeah, he can do that too.
Well, wait a minute. Let's have a look at this 8 in the side, because I think he can't. I think he can. No, it doesn't go.
It doesn't go. Yeah, I mean 6 with a little inside English and drift down off the long rail. If you really overhit it, you got the 9 in the side pocket.
He's fine.
Yeah, he hit it perfect. So, I mean,
yeah, that's a good idea, Popman. But that would have me with a copyright strike straight off the bat. Yeah, any music that's on this stream is all off the YouTube audio library. You don't get done for that. They put the credits on your video for the name of the composers and whatever, so you don't need to worry about any copyright strikes. But Eye of the Tiger, boom, the video will be shut down straight away.
Yeah, I like that play there. You know, make sure you get yourself in a position where you can shoot at balls. Unfortunately, he's a little funny on this 5 ball. I'm sure that's what he was playing for.
Yeah, he's fine though. He's got an acre of space to get on the 10. He shouldn't have any problems.
Well, I would think you'd want to draw this between the 15 and the. He was able to go forward and get to it. Yep, that's better. That simpler is better.
Well, this for a 2-rack lead.
Well, I think he needs to do this. He needs to put some pressure on Albin.
Exactly. Yeah,
we've seen how Albin plays when he's relaxed, and Albin needs to feel like I'm going to have to play to win this, and maybe he'll make a few more mistakes. Yeah, that was a pretty good cue ball. He kind of got a bad kick to get it way up table, but better be up there than down table.
Top left.
Looks like he's going to be shooting a combination.
Yeah, 11 ball has gone.
I mean, it's a doable combination, but it's not a very high percentage.
Yeah, I'll tell you something else though. I mean, these balls are not sitting all that bad. I mean, it could be worse. I'm talking about if Albinario, well, Albinario is going to be coming to the table unless Cobra pulls something out the hat here, but the way these balls are sitting, Albinario's...
He's going to shoot the combo. I mean, he doesn't have much choice. And didn't make it. I mean, that was a tough shot.
Well, that's created a little bit of a run of balls along this short rail. I mean, the 6 goes. So Albinario...
Yeah. I mean, his biggest problem is the 14's in front of the 5. And, I mean, he could deal with that right now. As a matter of fact, I'll be surprised if he doesn't. He can get by that 5 and cut the 14 in and let the cue ball float down for the 1. And that opens up the... Oh, well, he's going to move it. Okay.
So 12-3.
Well, that's fine, too. I mean, he'll get to it later. That 14 ball's not that hard to get to.
Now, where's Bedhead tonight? Is he in the house? Oh, there he is. Good evening to Bedhead. I was wondering if Bedhead was going to show up.
Well, he needs to really get that 14 out of there because it's blocking the 5 and the 10's blocking the 13. So he needs to be able to play the 5-10. And he's at a good spot right now. Come off, go 2 rails off the 14 and shoot the 1 on the side. He's going to take this one first. And I'd imagine he'll go to the 10 next after this.
So
Just come over by the side rail and he'll be out.
Any latecomers to the stream, this is the hot seat match to see who gets to the final. Machine is waiting to play the loser of this match. Machine from the USA. We've got Albinario from Sweden against Cobra from the UK.
Well, Albin decided to stay down here. And that's fine. I mean, I thought he would have gone over to the 10. It was easier than what he's dealing with right now with balls on the rail, 2 balls on the rail.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, that these balls, one way or another, again, they can all be got at, and Albinario is usually pretty good at finding his way through this maze.
Yeah, well, he typically doesn't miss a lot of balls, and he doesn't make a lot of cue ball mistakes.
Well, he's on to complete his 3rd cribbage. Now, well, we know the 5-10's not a problem. 10's up the top right, 5's right in front of the cue ball. So he just needs to drop through, and he's got loads of room to get to the 10. He's looking at I think he was just looking to see that he can get through far enough here and find the gap.
He's a little funny, but he's okay. Machine, you may have to step up a little. I'm sure, unless they're drinking the same water Larry was, I'm sure you're going to have a tougher match.
Yeah. I wonder if did Larry say anything that he'd messed his camera up or anything like that, or was he just having a bad day?
I didn't notice him saying anything.
No, if I'm talking about all the overcuts he was doing, the whole streaming them.
I don't know.
So Albinario back to within 1.
Yeah, let's see what he does here. Same break. None of these guys are putting English on. Maybe they're losing it into the side pocket too much doing that. He's lost the cue ball and it got kicked twice and into the side.
Something's gone into the side. Oh, it's a cue ball.
That's the cue ball. Yeah, it got kicked twice. 1 ball and another ball. I mean, that's going to happen sometimes with that kind of break. I mean, I'm sure they'd be breaking straight on if they were getting decent results, but I mean, everybody's side breaking probably because they're having trouble making balls from straight on.
Now, was that Albinario's first error, or has he made another one earlier in the match? I'm trying to think.
Well, I wouldn't count that as an error. I mean, he didn't hit it bad. It's just, you know, that's bad luck.
It's bad luck. Still a scratch.
Well, it's still going to be the same as an error, maybe worse. I mean, Earl Strickland once said that's the most devastating shot in pool is scratching. It's the biggest momentum killer, and I think he's right. Scratching on the break is like that's just a killer. But you know, like I said, I mean, you're going to break from the side, and that's going to happen sometimes. You're going to scratch in those side pockets. Now, if you're scratching down in the bottom corners, that's typically more from not hitting the brake well.
Right, so 10 into the side, 5 into the corner, or vice versa.
But I saw that one. His ball came across the side rail, hit a ball, and then hit another ball that kicked it into the side pocket. I mean, it wasn't a break that looked like it was hit really poorly. So Cobra's got a chance to go back up by 2, and
seven.
I mean, every time at the table for these guys is pretty much they need to run out.
Now, what ball's that there? Is that the 13? Yes, it is. So he's got 7 in the side where he can come out into the gap for the 8.
Yeah, the biggest problem is he's kind of straight on for it, so you have to draw it. Which, you know, that's the kind of shot he hits well. His draw control is really good.
So 12 down the side rail is wide open, 3's wide open in the centre of the table.
I would think you'd want to play shape for like the 11 or the 4 here. Just put left English on it, spin it, let it run. Looks like he's going for the 13 ball. Or maybe the 9 ball. I don't know. That wouldn't have been my choice. I would have hit that harder and let it come out to the center of the table because you've got the 11, the 4, and the 12 ball all sitting right there.
Yeah, I think he might have been playing for the 11. He's actually just gone like half an inch too far, but I think he can still...
Yeah, he may have been playing for it in the side pocket. I would have played shape out in the center because you had 3 or 4 balls there that were all good there.
So this is cribbage number 4, where he's, well, the angle he's got in the 4 isn't for dropping through in the 12, so he's got, what's those 2 balls there? That's a 9, and then he's just got to get out into the table to make the cut in the 6. And that's fine. Back to a 2-rack lead. So Cobra now looking for...
Well, if he can break and run out here, that would be big.
Yeah, pushing home the advantage here and make the most of it.
Let's see here.
12 goes in, top left-hand corner. Now that 11 ball has just brushed the 3. And, well, I mean, he can bank the 3.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a tricky shot here because what you got to do on this is you got to hit it with left English, and you got to stun the ball in between that gap and the 1 and the 11. You can't afford to hit the 11. I mean, this is a doable bank shot, but if you don't hit it with left English, it might be hard to hold it up.
Oh, wow, wait a minute!
Oh. Well, that had a lot of ways it could have gone. It could have tickied to 5 and gone in there. I'm actually a little surprised you missed that on the short side because that ball was going to open up with the way the cue ball was coming across it. That was a pretty good attempt at it. It's kind of a shame it didn't go in. That you know, and he had the second chance on the other side. Although it doesn't surprise me that went long.
Is he playing 7-8?
Wow. You know how hard that was to hit that shot and come up short and not hit the 5? I mean, there's no room there at all. That's unbelievable.
9-6 it's going to be.
Wow. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Now this is a little lucky.
Used all of the pocket and the rail.
And the 7 ball. I mean, that didn't have to go in. He catches just a skosh more of that 7 ball, and it's not going in.
So the 10 and 5 are there.
Yeah, he's got the 2 and the 13 too. Looks like he's gonna play for the 7 here. I mean, this table's pretty easy. I expect he's gonna run out. I mean, the 14 and the 1.
And all of those 3 balls all go.
Yeah, he's in a little bit of a funny spot here where he's got the cue ball. I mean, nothing's just automatic with the angles he's got on all these balls. But, you know, this is where, you know, Albin's a good player. He's going to figure out how to get on a ball. But, you know, nothing here is automatic. And I think that's why he's spending a lot of time looking around, because he's looking at all these shots and none of them are just like, oh, I just hit this and I'm good.
He doesn't want to bump the 2 here. Yeah, he's just playing it gentle to squirt out past it, and he's just got there.
And that's a smart shot, because that was a shot where he really didn't have to do anything. That might have been the only one. But Albin has shown, you know, in the straight pool championship, he's good at working out those kind of problems.
Yeah, he certainly, you know, he assesses it, which is, you know, the sort of basics that you should be doing all the time. But, you know, Albinario is showing people how to do it. You know, make sure. It's again, I keep repeating myself, just make sure you know where you're going before you hit the shot.
Well, I mean, he played a reasonable shot to come out in the center of the table, which is usually a really great spot to be. And he got kind of funny, but, you know, he spent the time to look around and found something that was pretty easy.
Well, he's home and dry here because, like I said earlier, these 3 balls all go, so he can, you know, pick off what he needs. So he's on to his 5th cribbage. It's game over. Back to within 1.
Yeah, the break's going to be huge in this match because...
now we've got a change at the moment. Look at this.
Yeah, we're going to the center, and we're hitting them dead on.
Right.
Oh, that was a bad kick. That's too bad. Yeah, the cue ball was really good there, and it got kicked. See that kick by the 1 ball?
Yeah, a couple of balls have gone in. Now
that was an unfortunate kick he just got there.
8 goes into the side. And,
that's probably what he's going to shoot.
Now, if he just dinks this in and brushes up past the 13, he'll have the 3, because that's his next cribbage ball. He's just got to push this in dead weight. Cue ball's going to go the right direction here, but he doesn't want to go too far.
Yeah, he does. I mean, I think you can hit this too easy, but it'd be hard to.
That's well played. Perfect.
Yep.
And there's, well, the 11 and 4 are reasonably close to one another, that if he needed them, he could certainly get the 11, get out onto the 4. What's the ball up? What the hell's he done there? What the hell?
He didn't notice the 3 was a crib ball on.
Ah, right. Well, that deserves one of them.
Oh boy, that's brutal, because he got a bad break when the cue ball got kicked, but then he got a good break when he came up with a shot that all he had to do was roll in, and he got he got a shot, he got an easy way to get on the crib ball.
Well, there's Albinario committed the cardinal sin that anybody can commit in cribbage, and Albinario's just said in the chat he only noticed 1 ball go in the break.
Well, that's why you got to look up at the status. That's why you got to look up at the status area.
Got to look at the HUD.
That was bad luck, good luck, and dumb luck.
Well, again, from the point of view in the context of the match, he was looking at an opportunity to square the match, and now he's he's looking at going 2 behind again.
Well, he probably will be going 2 behind. I mean, I would think that Cobra's going to run this out.
Yeah. Well, errors like that, and Stubb was doing errors like that earlier on in the tournament. He totally lost his arithmetic.
Okay, so Cobra decided to move some balls, which I don't think was a bad decision. It's going to guarantee he gets out.
13-2, no problem. 14-1. No, wait a minute, what's that? Aye, 14. No, tell a lie, I was thinking that was the one there. That's a 9.
Yeah, this is pretty much a lot of... This is almost a roadmap on this one. I mean, I would imagine he'll go to the 6 and then the 9 after this. He could go 3, 12. Yeah, he's going to go 6, 9. I think that was the easiest thing to get to. And, from the 9 ball, it's really easy just to let it run into the 10 ball. I mean, that's, you just make this and let it run into the 10 ball, and you'll have the 10 or the 3. And
3 and the 12's available there, so.
Yeah. Now, what you don't want to do is miss a 10 ball on the outside. Okay, and he hit it pretty solid. That's a good shot.
So this will be cribbage number 4.
I would think from here he'd go 3, 12, 10, 5. Well, he may not from there. We'll see where he gets. He could play the 14 next here too.
Yeah, he could
slide across to the 14, or if he's gonna play for the 10, he needs to keep the angle back to the 5.
Well, it could be a 2-way shot if he's getting into it to go to the rail and come out. I don't know whether he's just trying to drop dead weight.
Yeah, he's just going to play for the 5. I think that's a smart idea. That's the simplest thing to do. I get in my mind, I'm going to go here, 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 and I've done this in real life where I should change my plan and I don't. And that's always frustrating, where you're like, well, what are you doing? You're being stupid. Change your plan if you get a little funny.
Wink at Me's appeared again and out of the woods. Good evening.
Hey,
welcome. Well, Wink at Me's came to the conclusion that cribbage is way too easy for these guys. Well, he's obviously not been watching the tournament.
Well, I mean, the break makes a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
But, so does the missed balls or not getting out, and not shooting the crib ball.
Hang on,
Alvin just did.
Hang on a minute. Cobra 7-5 up. Breaks, scratches, and look at this table.
Yeah, it's...
Well, I blame Wink at Me for that, because he was the one that said it's too easy for these guys, and then, of course, Cobra scratches in the break, and Albinario is going to wipe the floor with him in this rack. There you go.
Well, that could be a commentator curse. I mean, I wouldn't say this rack is automatic. I mean, it's not super difficult, but it's certainly not...
well, the numpty shot...
The dots kind of rack.
The numpty mistake of the night was Albinario's won that trophy already. Not counting how many balls have gone.
You got the 3, 10 are locked up, and the 6 and 9 are at opposite ends of the table, and the 14's maybe blocked by the 5. Does it go by it?
Well,
not really. I mean, this isn't an automatic table. He's going to have to think through this. I mean, I think he'll get out on it. There's nothing on this table that says, he's not going to run out. But, I mean, he may have to move balls. Ideally, the simple shot is using the 7 to break those balls up that are on the head spot. But he can't get to it from this 2 ball. So I'm wondering what he's going to do. He could roll forward here. He could roll forward, and the 7 will collect the cue ball into the 3 if he hits it not too hard.
I think this is a good line for that. No, he's avoided that.
Yeah, he played to move balls. He was playing to move that 14 ball, and he hit it good. He's a little straight in, so you got your choice there. You can either go 2 rails, or you can stun it over. He's going to go the stun over, which I think is a smart idea because it's safer.
Now,
avoid the traffic.
Is this going to come square enough for him to be able to play that 8 into the side and drop through for the 7? Let's have a look.
Just a touch of left English. Put a little left English on it, and he can do that.
Let's see whether he's got that.
What am I saying? Left English, right English.
Yeah,
I don't know my left from my right.
Yeah,
he just needed to hold the cue ball a little, and he's perfect on this.
Now, this is how many he's on to his. This is the start of his 4th cribbage, so he's got to get. He's got the 9 and 6 still out on the table at both ends of the table.
Yeah. He doesn't have to break them out. He can play the 9 and the 6.
Well, it looks like the 6 and up for the 9. Oh no! Wait a minute. No. This is a 7 for the 4th cribbage.
Yeah, he's got to get a shot on the 6, which I think he'll just roll this.
Yeah. Now, what do you do here? Do you go forward with left?
No, you don't need left. You can go almost straight top, maybe a teeny bit of left. You just want to come up. The only thing you got to watch out for is scratching in the corner. That's the only thing you got to avoid. And he hit it on a perfect line.
So this time, the error, if you want to, again, I'm counting scratches as errors, regardless of whether they get kicked in or they get bad luck. It's an error by Cobra and Albinario back to within 1.
Well, I'll say this. If you're playing like and breaking off the head ball and you scratch on the break, then usually that is your own fault. When you're biking on the second ball, you're just accepting the fact that you're going to scratch on the break sometimes because that's what's going to happen. I mean, it's...
Cue ball, fine. Now, I don't know what went. 3 ball is gone.
3. So he's got the 12, and he's going to have to shoot a combo, I think.
This will be
not an easy one. Well, he's got a carom. The carom's probably easier. A billiard shot. Off the 2 ball into the 12. And the way you typically want to shoot this shot is with a little bit of right-hand English. So you're hitting this with a low right. You're trying to basically stun this. Now, the reason why you want to use right is it'll keep the cue ball, it'll make the cue ball grab right away and makes it go straight across at the angle better.
Right.
But this is not a real difficult carom, that 2 to the 12 or billiard shot. He's not putting any right English on it. It's still doable that way. It's just harder.
Well,
and he hit it pretty good, but it didn't go in. And he was just a little up on top of that. He hit that a little on the fat side. The cue ball needed. So basically, what happened there is he needed to hit the 2 ball a little bit less of the 2 ball, or he could have hit it the same amount and hit it easier.
Well. This table still looks good to me.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is those kind of shots that aren't the shots that guys normally shoot, are a big deal in this game because they're going to come up.
There's enough in the way this table's set to keep Cobra's focus going because he'll just be able to, get into that little rhythm, pick his way through these. And,
this table's pretty easy, really. I mean, I don't think he's going to have a lot of trouble with this.
The
9-6 is good. 12-3 is good. 13-2. I mean, that 14-1. I mean, these balls are. Yeah. This really is a roadmap table, pretty much. I mean, this is one of the easier tables that we've seen in the last 2 or 3 racks. I mean, the last table that Albin ran out on certainly was not, or I guess a Cobra ran out on certainly wasn't this easy. I'm not sure what he's playing for. Probably the 13 ball. And it's got to decide where you're going to go here. You can go forward and come up and run into the 1, or you can try to stun it across. You can try to come up through the gap.
He's going forward.
He's going through the gap. So this is set up pretty good. Just drop down for the 12 ball. You could also play for the 8 ball. I'd probably do the 12 myself, but, you know, I mean, they're all good.
Yeah, you know, having everything there, you don't want to overthink things. You know, they're all there. You just know where you're going.
That's why I like the 12 ball. It's simple. I mean, there's not a whole lot of thought, and it's hard to screw it up, especially because, you know, even if you get like this, you're just going to play the 3 straight into the side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Albinario, since he's 2-0 lead, has been chasing Cobra's tail for the rest of the match so far.
Yeah, well, that billiard shot was brutal. That was a huge shot. I mean, it was an easy rack, and yeah, he hit it pretty good. It just it didn't go in.
Well, 14-1. That's a gimme. So this for the final cribbage for an 8-6 lead. And Albinario. Well, we're almost, what are we? We're halfway home here. Or at least Cobra is.
Yeah, just past the halfway point, and
an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 11 minutes.
See if you can get 3 games up here with a. And, you know, Albin really has not played poorly. He's made a couple mistakes. He's missed a ball, and, you know, he's had a couple scratches. But, you know, you got to hand it to Cobra. He's played well so far this match, and he's got himself in a good position to win this.
6 in the break, long 7-9 combo.
Yep. Well. That's a great shot. Perfect. That's a great shot there. I mean, that's, you know, and that's the kind of shot. See that. Now, how many game difference is this going to be? Albin doesn't make the billiard shot on the last rack, and that's a 2-game swing. And then Cobra makes this shot, and if he runs out, that's a 2-game swing because he didn't miss it. So that's like 4 games. I mean, that's how important these difficult shots are, whether you miss them or lose them. This could be a 4-game swing. Now, exactly. That's a big if about him running out on this rack, because it's a mess.
I mean, he could get crazy here and try to draw into those balls and be really unlucky if he was wasn't going to get in the 7.
Well, yeah. The smart thing to do in these situations is look for balls that you can use to break them. Obviously, the 13 is one of those. Unfortunately, it's hard to get that as a crib ball. You could use the 2, though. If you can shoot the 13 and get on the 2, you can use the 2 to break them. I mean, the 11, and I'm just saying those balls because they're close to them, and it's usually going to be a lot easier with balls that are close. Or you could do a stub shot and make the table worse.
Yeah.
And see, that's really not the best approach to playing pool. There is that sort of shot, because you're taking a chance. You could scratch off a ball. And he actually ended up making the table worse for himself, where he had pretty good balls around him. He had 3 balls around that situation that he could have used.
What about billiard and the 2 in off the 13?
That's a tough shot.
I don't know whether I can get to the 2 in.
That's a hard shot because it's very sensitive how much of the 13 you take. That's a really hard shot. I mean, you could be real close to it and it's still a really hard shot. But
he's on the 4.
I'm sure he wishes he had a little different angle on this 4 ball. But I think at this point, you're going to shoot the 4 ball, shoot the 14 ball, and then use the 1 ball to break those. All you have to do is get the cue ball in the center of the table. You got plenty of angle on the 1. It's pretty easy to get it to run on that line into those balls and probably come up with something. So his goal here is he wants to get the cue ball somewhere around the middle of the table. He could be a little lower than that, but the key is keep an angle on that 1 ball. You want angle because it's really easy to get the line into these balls if you have a lot of angle. It's just a little English. Oh, that's just.
Now again, he was taking the risk there to try and improve the situation and still be lucky and be in the 1.
But that was a horrible thing to do. And the reason why is that, let's say he makes the 14 and hits those balls. Good chance he's going to hook himself or not have a shot on the 1. Mm-hmm. Why not just to shoot the 14 and then leave yourself in the middle of the table and hit the 1 thin with a little English and come up and run into those balls? That was a huge mistake in how to play the table there.
Well, he's leaving it up to Albinario, and Albinario's tried and tested in a lot of situations like this so far in the tournament where the table's not been pretty. He's been given that chance, and he's usually got the job done when he's been given that opportunity. So he's 3 cribbages to 0 down.
Well, this table's a heck of a lot better than it was. Mm-hmm. Cobra not only missed the ball, and he opened up the table.
Well,
that was, I'm not sure what kind of shot that was, but it worked out well for him because he's got the 312 here. And then he'll have the 10 and 5. I mean, the 13 ball is going to be a little tricky just because it's frozen on the rail.
Yep, that is absolutely nailed.
Yeah, that's not, but it'll go. These pockets aren't that tight. You just want to get pretty straight on with it. And if you don't get very straight on into it, you really got to make sure you offset the throw.
And it's going to move here, I think, unless he gets a double kiss and it locks back up.
No, it'll come off almost no matter what. The tricky part is making sure it stays there for the 5 ball, which is what he wants. I mean, it probably will double kiss here.
Is he trying to nudge the 15 out of the way? He could scratch here. This is tricky.
He should just be trying to hit the 13. You don't need to hit this hard. Just like that. And he got it off the rail, and he's got a shot on the 5. So he hit that maybe a little harder than I would have. But
I think the problem with the 5 is obviously the cut angle on the 5, and now that the 15s come in and the 13s come off the rail, it's a wee bit tighter to get to.
No, you got to hit a kill shot on this 5. You got to just kill this ball, and it's real doable. If you hit a little fat, you could scratch. And see, he hit that harder than he needed to. He hit the right shot, little kill shot. But see how fast the 5 went in the pocket? I mean, he could have been about the head string on this 10 ball instead of where he is now. He may try to run into the 15 here. I mean, the problem with that is the scratch.
The scratch is odds on if he gets this.
Well, he's got to get on the right side of it. He's going this way. So.
Well, he's playing the 2 in off the 15.
That's actually a good play. Well, he doesn't even need to do that. He can shoot it in clean. He's going to have a shot on the 13. Now that it's not on the rail, it's not a big deal.
I think the angle he's got in the 2, he could run through and just rest the 15. I think that's what you can do.
All he has to do is roll that. He's going to play the 13 off the 15. That's what he's doing. And that's fine too, except for the fact it's going to complicate getting shape on the 15 a little. The 15 is going to go probably towards about the middle diamond on the end rail. It just depends on how much of it he gets. If you play this right, you're playing it to bounce off the end rail and shoot it in the corner.
Well, that will do it.
Okay, he got a lot of it there. Well, that's perfect.
So this, again, to get back within 1.
I wonder what happens if that would have gone in there, whether it would have counted. That's a good question. What if the 15 went in on that shot?
At the same time, I think, going by the rules of the game, you would think, would it count if the 15 ball didn't go in last, though? That's the question. If he'd potted...
It's not going to care the order they went in. I can tell you that for sure. No game ever has a rule like that with order because it's too hard to determine. I mean, the computer obviously could, but in real life, you wouldn't be able to.
Well, Albinario didn't get any joy there. He's came up dry. And this is maybe going to be the tail of this match, the way it's going. He had the lead, the 2-rack lead. He's got back within 1, probably is that the 3rd time? Certainly the 2nd time. And he's came up dry again, and Cobra's got the first opportunity to do some damage.
Yeah, and it's a pretty good table, but
Protect
it's not
his lead.
Automatic kind of table. I mean, he's got the 10-5 right now, or the 5-10. He's not looking at that. He doesn't like the 5 ball because of the angle. 12-3 is no good. 9-6 is a possibility. 2-13 is no good. Yeah, this table could take a little bit of work. Excuse me. I can't imagine he's not going to shoot the 9 ball here. This is a little tricky too, and he hit it really good.
He might be a little bit hampered.
Understanding the speed he's got to put on that to get the energy on the cue ball to get it to come out. So I would think he's going to play for the 10-5 one way or another after this. I mean, really going to have to figure out how to move that 14 ball out of there. So the 14 ball does go if you can get position on, and if you can make the 1 and get position on it, I think it does go. Yeah, it goes for sure. Even if you play the cue ball off the 3.
No.
So he's not in a good spot to shoot the 1 here. It's too tricky to get into that gap. You can't just roll it. He'd have to do something. He's going to shoot the 10. Oh boy.
Oh dear. He's
well, he's fine. I mean, if he wants, he can move balls here. He may take a flyer here, and I mean, I probably would at this point. I mean, I'd be trying to go between the 4 and the 15 and run into those balls. But even if you hit the 4 or 15, I mean, he's going to need to move balls. So that's what I'd be trying to do here. Yeah, I think he has to draw it just to get it into the 4 ball. I don't think he can get in the gap. He's going to have to hit it awful fat, too. Yeah, he hit the 4 ball. And he moved some balls. See, so that was a pretty good shot. He's got a shot on the 3 ball. Getting to the 12 is a little tricky. The combo on the 14 is there, but it's not that easy to get to the 1 ball. Well, this is a tricky situation here.
I would say it's the important shot at the rack. If he comes out good here,
yeah, this is tough. It's tough to get on that 12 ball. He's looking at the 3. I think he's going to try to draw out, and he did.
Needs to keep running. I think he's there.
Yep, he got there. Good shot. And that's showing a little bit of savvy there, understanding how to run the cue ball around the table. That's another separation point for better players, is ability to see the path around the table. He played that really well. And that was well played too.
Well,
so is he going to shoot the 1? Is he going to shoot the 14, or probably the 11-4? That's a simple thing.
Yeah, I mean, difficult to see where it's going to go wrong.
No, he's in pretty good shape here. He's actually a little funny here. He's going to have to make a decision on what he wants to play for. I mean, the 8-7's doable, the 14-1's doable. I think that's a pretty good spot to put it, because this is just a little bit of left English and let it run up.
Yeah, he wants to, if anything, he just wants to overhit this. He doesn't want to leave it short. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's a easy shot to control the speed on. You know, if you're a little fatter on it, it starts getting tough. But he had enough angle that it wasn't hard to control the speed.
So again, Cobra looking, well, Cobra's never got to 3 in front yet, so this might be the good time to do it.
Yeah, he's had some opportunities.
I think did anything go?
I haven't seen anything drop yet.
Nope.
Yeah, so much for that opportunity.
Well, we know what Albinario has to do. He knows what he has to do. This is
the 3-12 looks really good. I think that's probably what he's going to start with. And then the 10 and 5 are right there. 6 and 9 are reasonable.
Well, yeah, I mean, if Machine's
Alvin's going to run this out.
If Machine's still watching, this is the level you have to be getting to, regardless of who you play. And also, if you get to the final, you've got to be at the same standard, if not better.
Well, he's got himself funny here. This is not the angle you wanted on 10 ball.
Yeah, he's going to leak away. He's trying to sort of drag it and kill it, and still stay on it.
That was a really good shot.
Yeah.
You had to hit that good, and he did.
I mean,
that's the kind of shot where sometimes it helps if you jack up the butt of the cue. Like
now, that shot there, Steve, that's a shot that I say is very difficult to play with a trackball mouse. That shot there that Albinario played.
I'll tell you, one of the things that helped him is that he was against the rail, so when he put the tip down, the butt went up. Because normally, like, if you're out in the middle of the table, you want to shoot that shot. So this is a good tip. If you got that shot and you're away from the rail and you put the tip down on the cue's level, if you want to get it to really grab like that, you want to jack the butt of the cue up. Sometimes even use English too. It's amazing how much you can hold the cue ball, straighten it with English, and jack the butt up. He didn't. I don't think he purposely jacked the butt up on that. See that. There's a shot. See, he jacked the butt up on that cue. That was way above the rail. So he just shot the shot I'm talking about there. He didn't have to use English, but he's got the butt up. And that's a cool shot, and you don't see most of the guys shoot that. Albin knows that shot, and that's a way to really, keep the cue ball from running out on you.
Good evening to Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
Yeah, this is over this rack, so back to within 1.
Yeah, I think if Albin's going to win this match, he needs to start making some balls and getting shots on the break. I mean, last time he did that, he had the carom or the billiard shot, and he didn't make it. He's had a lot of breaks that were not productive. So let's see, where is he going to try to break from this time? That's the next question. He's going back to the side break and see if he gets it coming straight across to the rail. Pretty good.
Something's gone. The 11's gone as well. The 9 is up there as a combo.
And the cue ball's in a good spot. Now, you think he's going to notice that he's got 2 balls up there on the
HUD? We'll soon find out. Now,
I would hope so, because he already made that mistake once. I mean, that was a very costly mistake.
Well, the other problem he has is he's not got a shot. 13 balls blocked.
I thought he was on the 9 ball. No.
13's blocked, and the 4 is obviously hidden behind the 1.
No, the 13 goes. It's just tight. It goes.
Oh, that was a good shot. That was really tight. I didn't think he had any room to get that in. Well, he's still got a problem. Now, does this...
Had room. He cut that 4 in the side pocket.
No, he's off and running.
I mean, you can carry it in the side pocket, but the cut's easier.
Now, what ball did I say that was up over the corner? Was that the 13? No, it's a 9. So 6 is down the long rail on the right side. That's available.
You got to be a little careful with this cut, because if you double kiss off that 15, it could go in the corner. Okay, he decided to drag the cue ball. I think that's wise. Just don't take the chance.
So we can take the 6. We need to either just drop through into the gap, play the combo, leave the 8 ball there, and then he's got an 8-7 as well. And 10-5 is wide open once the 7 goes.
This rack's done. He's got no problems.
Good evening to Semi-Pro.
Semi-Pro, hey.
I'll ask the question of Semi-Pro. Have you and Matt had any discussions recently, Semi-Pro, on when you might be finishing this match, the snooker match? Of course, Matt might be away on vacation, as you guys say in the States.
Yeah, vacation, holiday. We all know it's fun. I'm going on holiday.
How many's that you've had this year, Steve? About 4 already?
No, this is just my second one, and the first one was an aborted attempt. And I will have my laptop on holiday, so I'll be working some.
So this, again... Well, the difference this makes is we're back all square for the first time in a long while.
Yeah, well, Alvin makes a ball on the break and runs out. I mean, he just needs... He just did it. He needs to do it again. You know, he needs to get up in this match. Yeah.
Something's gone.
Something has gone?
Yeah, something's gone. Nope. Although 15's gone.
Oh,
and he's
15.
got 8-7. He's not a problem to start.
Well, he's not starting because only the 15 went, so it's Cobra's turn.
Oh, right, I forgot about that. See, I keep thinking if you pot that ball, the ball comes up and you stay at the table. I forgot about that. There's another rule I need to remember. Oh, that's a sore one, I'll tell you, because this table... I mean, that's a combo. The 114's a combo. That's got to be made. I mean, that's...
How come nobody answers me? Well, I don't have the answer to that question, or I would.
That's stone dead. Now, what was the question?
Where is Nugget UK?
Where is Nugget? Nugget's jogging up and down the UK. That's what he's doing. He spends most of his time running. On his Facebook page, I see photographs all the time. It's him and his son jogging and in races and various things. So he's on a keep fit regime. And he's never really been in VP4. Well, this is dead set, so this is going all day, every day, the 114 combo. So that's a good backup to work around. You can leave that there and take care of what else can be made.
Yeah, ideally you want to be on the other side of that 114 combo. He's kind of on the wrong side of it right now. But I'm sure he can get to the right side of it.
So what's that? Bottom left corner's a 13. The 2's wide open. I mean, the 13 can be potted. You can drop up the left rail and go on the 2. Again,
yeah, I think he's just going to play this 114.
Yeah, well, again, I mean,
he's looking at the 2 ball.
I think he wants to make sure he comes up the table off this so that yep, that's fine. He didn't want to try and nursemaid that in. He had to make sure the cue ball came out, so he opened up for the 1.
Well, he's got decision time here. If you play for the 2 ball, the 13's pretty easy. If you play on the 13 ball and get into the 2 ball's a little trickier. Although it's not that difficult to make the 13 and like run into the 3 ball or something like that. If you scoot down the rail, then it's a little more speed sensitive. He's looking at the 5 and 10 here too, which might be a better choice at this point. Take the 5-10 and figure out how to get on the 2. I think that's what he's going to do.
Well, let's have a look at this 13. I don't see where the problem is getting on the 2 here. This is just a straightforward stun up to the side pocket, basically.
Yeah, at the angle he's got, he can just stun it down. But, I think he's just looking at the speed sensitivity. See, that shot he just hit is not very speed sensitive. Now he can stun over and get on the 2 ball, and then, it's where the 13 is. It's hard to screw up.
He'll be dead in line on the 2. Well, it's still a painful one for Albinario. He's broke off. Only the 1 ball went down, which was a 15, which got respotted, and then he loses his turn.
Yeah, and I like how he hit that. He didn't take any chances of trying to, with the speed, just pull it all the way back.
So, back into the lead. Double figures.
Well, I mean, at this point, everything's important. Any mistakes, not making balls on the break.
Oh, this is an absolute mess. It's dry, but look at the state of this table.
Yeah, if you're not going to make a ball on the break, this is a good way to break, because this is a mess. And you'll get this sometimes on these side breaks where you get all the balls in a cluster along a rail.
Well, obviously you can't see the 3, but the 3-13's a combo. He's got. I don't see
the 1 and the 4. The 1 and the 4 is probably his best shot right now. I mean, there's not a lot else out there.
Yeah. Well, either way, whatever way he's playing this, he's hampered over these balls.
I think he's got to shoot the 1. The problem is that
he's looking at.
He's going to come around and run into a bunch of balls here and may not come up with a shot.
He's looking at the 6-9.
Yeah, he can shoot the 6. I didn't notice that one. Yeah, that's a good shot. That's probably his better shot.
He's got to come across, and he's hit it nice and firm using the rails.
Now, Albin is much less likely to shoot a stub shot to try to break these out.
Well, like I said earlier, that 3-13 is a good combo. The problem with that shot is it would be a stub shot because you're then relying on luck to get on the 2. So,
well, I'll tell you the shot that he wants is he wants to shoot the 5 and get on the 10 where he can run into all those balls. I mean, that's the shot.
Yeah.
So he should be playing shape on the 5 ball here. Well, if he is, he overhit it.
It's hard to work out what he actually
Well, I'm sure he was
looking
playing
like
safe
he's-
on the 5 ball. I'm sure he's not going to be happy with that.
He might have been trying to get on this 14 to come around and out for the 1, but I don't think he can get to that either.
Yeah, he's going to have to shoot the 5. And the problem is getting the angle you want on the 10 is tricky with the 1 sitting there. You know, where he is on the 5, if he's in a better position on the 5, it's not too tough. From here, this is going to be tricky.
Yeah, and the likelihood is he'll have an angle where he's running away from that bunch of balls.
He'll play for the 14 here, I think. I don't think he's going to try to get on the 10. Oh, he has to. That's right. That's the crib ball. Yeah, he's not going to try to break it out. It's just too tough to get where he needed to. Well, you can shoot the 1 ball in the 1 corner and get into those. So he could go just make this, shoot the 14, leave himself an angle on that 1 ball, and he can definitely move a lot of balls.
Oh, he's overcooked it.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. Now, what's Cobra get left here? Well, he's got the 10. The only problem is he's dead straight, and
well, he's got the same shot I was talking about, except he's coming off of the 1 ball. He's going to have to hit the 10 into those balls.
now, of course, he could take ball in hand as well. That's what he's contemplating at the moment.
Yeah. And he's going to. See what he's going to do here.
Well, he's just going to roll through to open up the shot in the 14 by the look of it.
Yeah, well, if that 12 ball wasn't there, you get pretty aggressive. He may get aggressive anyways. No, he's just playing for this 1 crib. See what kind of plan he comes up with for getting rid of those balls loose. It's going to be a stubber.
Is that right? Is that right, Larry? Look, it's Diggler. Where did you hear that rumour?
What do you mean the respot 10 ball rule and 10 ball?
Ever thought of adding the respot 10 ball rule in 10 ball? You mean like
I don't know what he's talking about.
You talking about rack money or something like that? Or no, wait a minute, I'm mixing myself up here. Is that spot money where if the ball goes down?
When you combo a 10 ball, it respots. Not if you call it.
Yeah.
If you call it, you win the game. If you combo it and you don't call it, it's going to respot.
Yeah, I don't quite follow what Bedhead's getting at. And obviously a legal shot is hitting the lowest number ball on, and then if you call the shot as a combo or a billiard onto the 10, you pot the 10, you win the rack.
I'm not sure what you're talking about, Bedhead. Those sound like the standard 10 ball rules, which is what we've got.
Anyway.
So
now what
Cobra's figuring out how to get through this rack, and this is looking like he's going to get out here. I mean, the 10-5's there, the 15-7 is dead. 11-4 sitting right there, so Cobra is done, and he's going to be up by 2.
Yep. 10-5. I don't think he'll be using that 7 ball. I think he's nice and neat here onto this 10 ball, I would think. No, he's going up table.
Yeah, the WPA billiard rules are basically just the BCA rules. And 10 ball's always been played that 10 ball's call shot.
If you make 10 ball as
you're
a
saying
called
they don't
shot,
allow a combo. Well, that's not standard rules. They must have changed them if they're playing that.
ah, right.
Yeah, somebody came up with some new rules there because that's not that wasn't the standard 10 ball rules.
Well, Albinario got it back to 9-all, and now it's getting to that time of night in the state of this match, and there's a couple of balls going in. The 12's the last one to drop. So the 14 and the 3 are the cribbage balls. The 3's wide open, and the 14 is right behind the cue ball.
Well, I think the problem they have in Europe isn't the fact that their 10 ball rules. I think the problem they have is that Matchroom Pool wants to play 9 ball instead of 10 ball. That's the problem. They need to start playing 10 ball.
Oh, he's missed a 3. He's missed a 3.
Oh, that's well. He's trying to draw back with a hard draw and just.
How tight was that?
Didn't
14?
Get it clean in the pocket.
Oh, that 14 was locked to the rail as well. Well, that could be the little chink in the armour, a little glimpse of daylight for Albinario.
Is this 11 ball out of the kitchen? It is. He can shoot the 11, so he may shoot the 11 right here.
Yeah, he's fine on that.
Yeah, I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to shoot the 11 ball. And the 6 and 9 are ducks, and the 12's locked up. The 8 and 7 look good. He may break them out right here. I don't know why he would do that. That's too risky. He's just coming over for it. Now he might break them out.
Well, I don't know what English international rules is semi-pro, but I do know that Keller's been one that's been requested a number of times over the years. Can I shoot the 11 from the kitchen if it touches the line? The answer to that is yes, as long as most of the ball's outside the kitchen.
It's the base of the ball. I'll answer him.
All right. Anyway, he's past that stage anyway, isn't he? And Cobra's went for a drink. So we get 2 balls locked up on the spot or the line. Albinario onto his second cribbage. 3 ball over the bottom left.
It's always the base of the ball. That's the rules. But I've played in a lot of tournaments, especially one pocket, where the whole ball has to be behind the line or the whole ball has to be over the line. And the reason why people like that is because it gets rid of any arguing. It's easy to see. It's difficult to tell if the base of the ball is over the line sometimes.
Well, it's getting to that. Well, it's actually past that time of night. The yawning started. Well, it's an important visit, as they all are now, but more especially for Albinario.
Well, he's got to go 2 for 1 on him, so he absolutely needs this rack. I mean, he can't afford to lose this one and put Cobra on the hill.
Well, he's got to keep this flush.
Yeah, he's going to go back and forth, I think. Oh, no, he's just going to come out to the middle.
Ooh.
Oh, that was tight.
And this is one of these ones.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a shot you'd think he'd miss, but anything like that at this point.
Right, so he's run into the 2.
He's got the 11 and the 4.
Yeah, the 11's just at that angle.
Well, he didn't try to break out that 112 earlier, and so it just makes the table a lot harder to get out on.
Well, this isn't a gimme either, this 11 ball. But he's played it well. He's dead straight in the 4 though.
Yeah, he's out though, because then he can play the 13 too. Straight's not bad here.
Well, he definitely needs the break to work in this next rack coming.
Oh, IQ2 is reminding me I can't count. Yeah, you're right. I was thinking loser bracket.
So this is the most important break in the match so far. Trying to get back onto level terms.
Yeah, let's see what happens here. Yeah, cue ball got kicked.
14's thinking about it. It's gone. Something else to get in, and he's landed dead on the 1. Yeah. He's got the 8 to follow, which is wide open.
This is a kind of a dream rack here. I mean, this is
perfect.
This is what you want to see.
Exactly what he wanted. I mean, it couldn't have landed any better for him.
11-4, 12-3, 9-6. I mean, this is this rack's done. Yeah, he's got to be happy about that. I mean,
well, you couldn't have asked for a better outcome. I mean, the fact that he got landed on the cribbage ball right next to him and the short rail in the bottom here, and then and the 8 balls in the open. And I mean, this is Christmas come early in this rack.
Yeah, well, I mean, things got to go good for you sometimes. It can't always be a dry break or a scratch.
Yeah. Well, see, it's all very well at being a good break. It's being able to back it up, and you'd expect Albinario to see it through.
Yeah, he's got a lot of choices here. He could play for the 13 and just slide over for the 2. He could play the 11-4. He's got tons of choices here. Looks like he's going to go for the 11-4.
He's going to take that, and then what's that? That'll be his 4th cribbage.
Yeah, and then there's so many choices here. Probably the 2 and 13. Those are easy to get to. Go off the rail. He's going to draw this. See, I like going off the rails more than hitting shot to draw like this.
Now he's going to go slightly outward.
Yeah. I would have hit that on the right side of the 4 and come off the rail for the 2, but he's fine.
Well, here we go. Race to 4.
Well, this is the second time. Last time he caught up, he went down by 2 again right away.
Yeah. And I think, did he come up dry or was it a scratch? Can't remember.
Hair Pig's here. Hello, Hair Pig.
Oh, you came at the right time.
Yeah, just in time for all the excitement. Uh-oh, lost the cue ball.
And it's dry. I didn't hear anything go. Which, I mean, where the cue ball is maybe not a bad thing if you're in Albinario's corner, because I don't think at first glance that there's an awful lot available here for Cobra. I mean, where's the 13 ball? Well, there's a chance here because he could chip the 1 and combo the 2 into the corner and come back up the table and get lucky and get on the 13 into the side. He might have to take 13 into the side and drop down. That's probably the easier shot. Or he's got 10-5 down the rail, so it's maybe not as bad as it first looked.
Yeah, and the 2 ball's dead, and
yeah,
3-12. I mean, 8-7. He's got a lot of balls. 9-6. He's going to be out here.
Well, both these guys now realise this. That when you're down deep into the match and you've got these opportunities, if you're intended to win this event, you can't be missing. It's no miss time.
Yeah. Well, nothing's ever completely guaranteed, but I'd be really surprised if Cobra didn't run out here.
Now, that's the one thing that that I never. I mean, did we have any predictions to the outcome of the match? And it's a bit late in the day to be asking, but what are we saying from here, guys? It's 11-all. Who's calling what?
Well, it could go anywhere at this. I mean, I said at the beginning that Albin was a favorite. I didn't call a score, but anything could happen at this point.
Well, I actually called a score before you or I, Steve. I said like 13-10 to either of them, but that's out the window.
Well, that's not a very bold prediction.
No, I
always
hedge my bets and sit in the fence. Hence why I'm uncomfortable sitting here most of the time. Hairpig says 12-3. What, in the race to 15?
12-3.
And now he's saying 12-11 to Cobra.
No, 12-3 was the last game. It was a crib.
I don't know what's going on. I'm missing half of this conversation. I don't know what's going on.
Well, that was from last game, 12-3. It wasn't a response
right.
to your question.
I've got it now. You're right enough. 13-10. I said. I did. In fact, I think that's what I said at the beginning of the match. Now I said 13-10, forgetting it was a race to 15.
Don't feel bad. I forgot it was a race to 15 too. The guys had to remind me.
Yeah, but my excuse is I should be in bed. Anyway, that is the first ball in cribbage number 4. Now, what does he do to finish this off? Is he trying to tuck? Is he trying to? I don't know whether can he come out past this 4? Yeah, he can. Right, so it's going to be 8-7 then, I would assume, and he's going to be.
Yeah, he's fine. He can shoot this and draw it straight back. Got to watch out for the side pocket. Or you could choose to bump the 6 a little. You don't have to hit the 6. And he chose to. I think that's a good decision because it was going to be hard to scratch it in the 6.
Perfect. Well, Albinario, I mean, somebody who's paying attention to this from the start can correct me if I'm wrong, but Albinario's been in the lead once, right at the start of the match, 2 racks to 0 up, and since then he's been 2 racks behind for most of the match. And now Cobra is in the driving seat, but he might be dry. No, the 11 ball just dropped.
I think Cobra's had a little better break this match than Albin has. I think he's made more balls. We'll see at the end of the rack in the stats.
He ain't going to be making the 4 ball here, I'll tell you that.
Well, let's
see. Is it the 4 ball or is it the 2 ball?
The 2 ball.
That's a 2 ball.
Oh, God. The 2 ball will go off the 10. I mean, it's a tricky shot, but the 2 ball will go in the corner off the 10 ball. And this is one of those ones where, you know, it's just like, it's so fine, the spot you have to hit. You know, it's kind of it's like one of those a little too thick or a little too thin. Now, the common problem here is getting too much of that 10 ball. So, if it was me, I'd aim to take less of the 10 ball than I think.
He's decided he doesn't like it.
Well, that may be a good choice. We'll see. You know, he's basically daring Albin to get out on this rack. Which
you know, the one thing that just sprung to mind, we haven't really had any tactical racks here. You know,
there have been no balls lined.
You know, we haven't really had anything like that. It's been going for the jugular every chance.
But part of that's because, you know, they're better players.
Yeah. So Albinario with ball in hand. What's he looking to try and create here off this? Not a lot by the look of it. I mean, he's got the 8 ball down the rail.
Yeah. What do you think he's shooting? You know, games can look a lot different with better players. I mean, if you watch one pocket, that's probably the most extreme. You watch lower level players play, and it's a defensive nightmare, and it takes forever, and it's really boring. But you watch high level players play one pocket, and it's completely different.
What a turnout there. Look at that for a shot. That's a lucky roll. Well, that's a risk you have to take.
Well, yeah, hairpin. The 2 has to cut. The 2 would have had to hit very thin on it.
I think he called you hairpin there, hairpig.
Hairpin. Would I do that?
Yeah, I think you did,
Not
Steve.
on purpose, did I?
But that's a good name from hairpin.
Got a new nickname. I'll reset your player name right now, and you can change it. Somebody calls him hair plug.
Right, well, anyway, Albinario got a good roll there. He took the risk, got the cribbage, but he's going to have to get creative here for the rest of this rack. Big time creative.
Well, he's got the 9 and the 6, or the 12 and the 3, so he's got those going for him. Then it starts getting tough. 2 14s lined up if you can move the 4 or 5.
This has to get down there, and well, this is it's one of them again where the 1 ball doubles in size, isn't it? But he's got loads of room though. He's got
but that's a considerably smaller pocket. I mean, but he's smart about these. He'll try to overcut this, and if he misses, it'll be overcut.
Yeah, he's going to overcut it. Ain't getting there.
He wasn't going to hit the ball like what most people do, but same result.
Well, this match is on a knife edge with this rack. A difference of 2 at the end of it. It could be, we could be all square. And a race to 3.
Well, this is no easy out for Cobra either, so he's going to be thinking about this. I mean, I'm a little surprised he's not shooting a 12 first. This is going to be a little harder to get into the rack with speed from here. If you're going to try to get into the stack here, you need to hit this with a lot of right English and hit it pretty firm. Because if you hit it easy, you're not going to move the balls. He is putting right English on this, so he's going for it here.
He wants to get into that spot there. Yeah,
he didn't hit it that hard. I mean, he may have got something out of it. I would have put more speed on it, and you would have been better if you hit the 11 or 6 ball first and glanced into those.
I don't think he's got much out of this.
Well, he got the 13 and the 2 loose, so he's got those 2. I mean,
it goes.
It's a little tricky here getting to the 2 ball, but the 1 ball goes, so he could bank the 14 and shoot the 1. Although he doesn't want to hear the word bank. I think that might be an easier shot than what he's trying. The only problem there was he didn't figure for the cue ball killing with the inside English, so he came up a little short. Well, you certainly don't want to make the 9 ball here because the 6 ball is not in a good spot.
And that, that's
going to be hard to avoid at this angle.
That 4-5 needs a big cut to be a combo.
Yeah.
Well, he's run into the 9. Oh, he's got a little nudge.
Now that was a fortunate shot. He didn't make the 9, and then he comes down table and opens the balls up.
Yeah.
Well, that could be a game-winning shot there, a match-winning shot. That was very fortunate. But nobody said you have to have all bad luck. You're allowed to have good luck too.
Yeah, you just need a good roll at the right time. And if you're 12-11 up, this is probably as good a time as any to get it. With a chance of going 13-11 and...
Now he's going to hold this and then shoot it up table. I would have liked going the other way. But he's on it good. Yep, he's perfect on it.
So this is number 3. But what else have we got?
He would have liked to have been on it where he could have broken up that 11.
Well, the 6 goes. The 6 goes. The 6 goes.
I think you're probably right. I think it may go. It's tight.
He's just going to kill this. He's just going to kill it.
He's just going to stop it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the angle you want because that'll help you throw the ball. Yeah. At this angle, I think he can just shoot it. I don't even think he needs English.
Good stunt.
No, he'll go forward.
Is he going around?
Come straight up, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, he's fine. So that's number 4. And then he's got an easy 1 and 14 wide open. Well, Albinario's going to get tested now.
Who's Shark 4488?
Is that not Harold?
Is it Harold?
Is it Harold? Harold will remind me because my memory's terrible. Good evening. Welcome to the party. Well, Albinario's on a sweat here now.
Well, Albinario's in trouble now. Now it's 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1 situation. That's a.
Well, this is where he needs a bit of assistance, isn't it? You know, he needs things to happen for him from Cobra's side, and that's dry.
He broke from the middle that time.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
Yeah, and it's dry. That didn't
and
work.
It was a good cue ball, but he didn't make the ball.
What have we got? 10 over the pocket. 5 in this. No, that's a 14 again. That looks like the 10 to here from me.
It's
This is it might be 8. It might be 8 and roll through for the 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is probably going to be a sellout break. I mean, see what I mean. Ideally here, I don't know if you can get to that 114 combination. That would have been nice if you could. I think the 9 ball may be in the way.
Yeah, it's a bit tight. Yeah.
Let's see what he decides to do here.
Well,
I mean, he could play for the 114 combo, and if he doesn't get on it, he can shoot the 10 or the 5.
We've got the 12-3 in the open here.
I don't think he got where he wanted. It may be time to shoot the 13 ball.
11 and 4 up the table, so he's going to have to bail out up table, I think, looking at this.
Yeah, I think he's going to shoot the 13 ball and go 2 rails, play the 2. I mean, this is not, what's he doing here? Yeah, he's got to go forward and around. He's just putting straight top, I think. Which is a little bit of a cinch here. Yeah. Oh, he's good. He actually has a perfect angle. That induced spin got him around.
Me and Preacher talked to you at Derby City a couple of years ago.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Now I know who you are. Well, that's been a few years. That's probably been 4 or 5 years.
Well,
yeah, you were friends with what's his name? Who's the guy that won Derby? D. Atkins. Yeah, you were friends with D. Atkins. I haven't been in the last 3 years, Hairpig. I went 3 years in a row, and then I didn't go. I may go again. It's a great tournament. I love the tournament. It's brutal. I mean, I've gotten sick every time.
What is it? The food?
No, it's in January.
Oh,
with,
and where is it? Where's it held?
Well, it's actually in Elizabeth, Indiana. It's called the Derby City Classic because it was in Louisville for a long time.
Now, is Indiana out in the sticks?
It's in the center of the country.
Yeah, so that
center northern.
Yeah, that in the middle of winter isn't a good place to be. That's asking for better winds.
It's just, I got so sick there one time. A bunch of the guys had been in China, and they brought something back, and man, I got sick for like 6 weeks. It was terrible.
Yeah,
but that's the biggest problem of playing in that. You're going to get sick.
Oh, Stubbs arrived in the room. Stubbs arrived. Get ready for it. There it is. He's watching the stream as well. I don't know why he doesn't come into the stream. He's not banned. Oh, unbanned him.
Well, I think he's pretty much... He's looking, do I want to shoot the 10 ball or do I want to shoot the 114?
Oh, this is a wee bit... this is a wee bit dodgy.
He's going to shoot the 114. Just got to make sure you hit the 1 first.
Yeah.
Which he did. Yeah, that was a smart play. I don't like that 10 ball. That was too easy to...
just get too much of the other ball. And, Vital out by Albinario.
Well, now Albin's going back from the side. Cobra broke from the middle last time and didn't make anything. Albin's broken from the middle. They're both breaking from the side a lot more. Well, he really lost the cue ball there. See, that was... Well, he caught the head ball. See how the cue ball went shooting down towards the corner pocket?
Yeah, nothing's gone.
That's when you catch a piece of the head ball. He didn't hit the second ball score. He caught a sliver of head ball, and when you do that, that's what the cue ball does. And the rack typically doesn't break right either.
312, wide open to start off. If he wants that, he's got.
If he was playing one pocket, it wasn't a bad break, but not for this game.
Yeah, so 312, but he's already looked at where he's going next. And I'm trying to work out where he's going next.
Bondi H is here too.
Bondi H, never heard of him. These are all people in disguise. I'm pretty certain of it.
Well, I mean, this is a huge game. If he gets on the hill, chances are he's going to win. I mean, if he doesn't get on the hill, then it's a toss-up. But I mean, it's a huge advantage to be on the hill and need a 1 game when your opponent needs 3.
So 9-6, 6 along the rail. Now, does he really need to be risking running into anything here? No, he's taking evasive manoeuvres here. He's trying to come back through the gap. No, he is playing a nudge.
Yeah.
Well,
and he's good.
He's got the 10.
Watch out for the scratch on the side. That's all. Got to make sure you do not go into the side pocket here. And he hit it good. That was a smart play because if he would have rubbed the 4, it really wouldn't have hurt him.
So 7-8 is available. Now, does he want to just tuck this down and drop onto the 8 and play the 7 into the side? It looks simple enough to me.
There's another one of these guys I met too that actually came over to Hard Times in Bellflower when I was playing in a tournament and watched me play a couple matches. I can't remember his name. I'm terrible with names.
Well, if I've got if I've got a person viewing who's on Twitch Prime, then they're very welcome. They need to spread the VP4 news on Twitch, because I'm the only person that ever streams on Twitch with VP4. You can search Twitch till you're blue in the face. You'll never find anybody else streaming on it.
Well,
oh, my donut's gone funny again.
he's looking at 11-4. I'm not sure where he's going with this. Well, he's got to shoot the one. My bad. He's on a crib ball.
That's better. Well,
where's he going?
Where's this ending up?
Oh boy, that was almost a disaster.
Well, he's got the bailout. Just roll the 11 in. Roll the 11 in. 4 up table.
Or he may shoot the 4. He may shoot the 4, and I think that's what he's going to do.
4 and run up the table and just leave it open in the 11.
It's a safer shot, you know. The 11 ball, you don't hit it hard enough, and you got a back cut on the 4, and you don't really want that.
Oh dear!
Uh-oh. Well, so much for safer shots, huh?
Well,
overcut.
That's the old squeaky bum time shot, if ever you're seeing one. Because Albinario has been bailed out big time there by Cobra. That could be costly.
Huge.
Because this table is wide open. It's 4 Cribbages to 0. Albinario's got to do the double 15 ball at the end.
Yeah, and this is pretty straightforward. I mean, I'd imagine he's going to get out here.
No, I don't understand why he didn't fancy taking the 11. I thought the 11 was
It's
easy.
just the position was hard.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, with the 4, it was an easier shot, but getting the position, you know, it was harder. And if you leave yourself funny on that 4 ball, I mean, the 4 in the side wasn't a hard shot. It's not one I would expect him to miss, that's for sure.
Well, you expect things like that to happen when it gets down to the nitty gritty.
Well, Albin just got a little funny here. I would imagine what he's going to do is bump the 13. That's a smart thing to do here. Is
yeah, because he's guaranteed on the 2, and he's going to be extremely unlucky if he can't see the 13 from anywhere on the table.
Well, so, you got to bump it. If you don't bump it and you go by it, you're going to have a funny angle.
And he doesn't want to bump this the wrong side and end up behind the 15. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That was a terrible shot. I mean,
he tried his best, and now
he had to put a little stun on it to make sure he hit it pretty full.
He's got to go across the table twice here. I can't see him trying to come bouncing across and leaving a cut.
You need to be somewhere between a diamond to 2 diamonds down from the side pocket.
He's taking this 13, and this is going to be
better.
This is going to have to keep running.
Well, that's perfect.
And he needs these 2 15 balls as well.
It looked a little funny, but he got out. Top Jimmy, yeah.
So across the table, I would assume. No, he's just trying to drop it dead weight. How does that look? Well, he's fine. It would be really crazy if he couldn't leave himself back on the 15. Just come back off it and leave it in the same pocket.
Hairpig's been to Derby once. Did you play in Derby, Hairpig, or just go watch? I mean, it's a great tournament just to go to watch.
Well, 13 racks apiece, and Albinario with the upper hand with the break, and that's all he's got at the moment.
Yeah, it's a fantastic tournament. It's just, you know, I don't like staying in a hotel for 11 days. That's the first bad thing, and then getting sick is bad.
Here's a setup here. He's had 2 balls in the break. He needs the 14 and the 12, and he can't get to the 14. He's got a cut in the 12.
This is actually sitting real good because he can cut this 12, and if he hits it right, he's going to run straight into that 14. he just needs to hit this in the right speed, put a little bit of a top on it, and he needs to hit it at the correct speed so that it goes between the gap and the 13.4 and runs into the 14. Now, from there, there's going to be it's going to be a little dicey as to whether he comes up a shot on it.
Well,
but I think he's almost got to run into this 14 ball to have a shot of making it.
Now, if he did and it went to the rail, it could kick the 6 out the way.
Well, I mean, ideally, you know, you.
Well, hang on a minute. I think he's.
He didn't get through the gap clean.
And
he's got a shot. He's got a shot. He can kick at this.
Well, he certainly can't make the combo.
This thing's sitting pretty good for a kick shot. I mean, typically with a ball that far off the rail, it's about 3/4 of an inch. You'd be kicking the rail first there. I mean, being jacked up makes this a little tougher, but see if he's going to shoot it or try to lock balls up. I would think with the table looking the way it is, you got to shoot this thing. I mean, I just think, you know, you got a good chance of making this. Well, not a good chance, but you know, if you kick well, maybe 1 out of 3. Effort it would probably be about 80%. But Albinario is not effort. It looks like he's too short on it. I mean, you really want to play this off the rail. That's a better shot from this situation. Oh, he got the 9 ball. Wow.
I'm surprised he didn't go for the kick off the short rail to chip it in.
I didn't think that was in play. He caught the 9 ball. Maybe he needed a little spin on it or something, or play it longer.
Oh.
You know, he hit it pretty hard, and when you do that, the ball shortens up. I mean, at that angle he had, if he would have hit it easier, it would have got by the 9.
This is an important cribbage to start, because that opens up the bottom right-hand corner pocket, and it was vital that he gets rid of that 6.
See if he's going to run into this 13.54 here. I mean, I think that's a good plan. Is
I think you've got to play it. You've got to get these opened up. Give yourself a chance to run it out when you've got that opportunity.
The only bad thing is if you hit the 5 first, the 13's probably going on top of the 11. This is a little tricky.
Where's the cue ball going? Oh dear.
I don't know if he must have been trying to hit the 5 ball and missed it, because it just rubbed it.
Well,
he must have been trying to run into that 5, and that's pretty much disaster.
Now, Albinario can take a break out here and guaranteed to still be on the 2 off this 13.
Yeah. I'll see how hard he hits this. I mean, it does make the pocket smaller. The problem is it's hard to get into the stack, and he did it. That's a good shot.
Yeah, 4 ball goes.
Yep, that's a good shot. Now the 9 ball goes, but that's tricky. I don't think he's going to shoot that.
Well, they'll be looking to get rid of the 8-7, I would think, at some point in the not too distant future.
Yeah, that's probably what he's going to play next.
Now, if he plays is he looking to play the 8 first and come up, or is he playing the 7 to hold for the 8?
Yeah, I mean, he can play the 5-10 too.
He's looking at the 11 and 4 into the side to nudge the 6 and 9. I mean,
ideally, I think he'd go take the 11 and then the 7-8 cribbage and try to get on the 10 in the spot where he can get on the 5 to break him out.
That's perfect.
Yeah, he did it right away. That's even better. He went straight to the right spot.
Right on the mark.
Yeah, the only thing you got to watch out here when you're breaking balls out like this is stacking them on top of other balls. You got to decide where they're going, how hard you want to hit them, whether you want to really move them or hit them easy. See, that's the problem, is stacking balls up.
Well, I think he's still okay, because if he gets good in this What's he on at the moment, cribbage wise? Because I'm losing track. He's on 3.
He's sitting funny here. He's what you like to call hampered. Sounds like someplace you put your dirty clothes, a hamper. Okay, that's a good shot.
Right, so this is cribbage number 4, and then he's got the 10-5 for to go back in the lead again.
Or the 9-6. The 9-6 is an open too. I think that's going to be easier to get to than the 10-5.
Well,
maybe not. Maybe not. I think he may be shooting the 10-5. We'll see here.
Yeah, I don't see where the problem is with this. I mean, they just...
There's really no problem with either one, but...
Yeah, I think he just wants to come back across the table. Well, he's leaving the cut. I mean, there was no reason he couldn't just come back 2 or 3 inches and shallow the angle a wee bit.
Well, he didn't really have the angle to do that, I don't think.
I think it was maybe the wrong side. I don't know. Anyway, he should be over the line. Well, Albinario on the hill. Big break coming up.
Oh, so Shark says the shirt I gave him, he had a lot of pros signed. He sent it to Reggie. That's cool. I also signed it.
Right, that's dry. I didn't see anything go. Look at the table. Well, this is going all the way. Oh no, he's got a ball. He's got a ball. The only problem is he ain't got a shot. But I'll tell you something. I can't. I mean, this has got to
combo bank here.
Well,
here we go.
Big combo bank.
4-13 combo. But you know what? It's sitting pretty good for it. He's got a chance to make this. And you know what? If you hit this the right speed, it could bank 2 rails too.
Well, I don't think he's. Well, I think I don't know whether he's trying to find a line to hit it.
I mean, this is a doable shot. I mean, it's not a high percentage shot, but it's certainly doable.
Well, this is all or nothing because I can't see Cobra coming to the table and not having a shot. Well, I don't know what he's done there. I think he's double kissed.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, Cobra now with a choice: play in place or ball in hand. I don't think there's a lot to be had from playing in place. So, and I don't think.
The table's sitting pretty good, but it's not an absolute gimme type of situation here.
So that's the 10, but the 5's locked up.
The 5 and 8 are locked up, and I think he's going to shoot the 11 ball here. Play for the 11 to the 4.
You just come to a bit there.
Yeah, he may be looking at the 1 ball here.
Rolling through for the 14 on the side or into the corner. Or running onto the 10 ball, is he? No, he's going into the side.
Well, last time he had this situation, he coughed up a fur ball. See if he can run out here.
Well, this is another test of the old nerves.
Yeah, I mean, this is not an automatic table. I mean, 11-4 are sitting pretty good. 13-2 are sitting pretty good. The 12 and 3 are at opposite ends of the table. The 9 and 6 aren't bad if you can get some of the balls out of the way. I mean, the 2 balls going to make that one more difficult.
Yeah, he's just a wee bit.
He's funny here.
Yeah, he's a wee bit awkward either way here. This is a little control shot here.
Yeah, he's going to draw it across to the side rail and then shoot the 11 in the corner, I think. No, he's just going to go straight over. Well, one thing he could do is he could shoot the 12 after this and try to run into the 5-8 because
he's bound to be on the 3. You would think, isn't he? Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
That would make the table a lot easier.
Yeah, I think that would be the shot. If you going for the kill, that is.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough out there without it, but it's just going to be really tough.
Well, he looks as if he's coming back up the table. Right.
Well,
no, he's now
that's
awkward
not it.
because he's nailed to the rail pretty much.
Yeah. Well, you can shoot this 9 and get up for the 6. You got to stun it with a little English maybe and come between the 13 and the rail back behind that. But you know, that's a tricky shot.
Well, I don't think he likes it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I would have played for the 12 there just because I thought it was pretty natural to get a breakout.
To me, that was a shot to play, and now he's needing a lucky roll, and he has got a lucky roll there because he's caught the 2 balls, the 5 and the 8, and it's spun it up the table.
And one up the rail.
Yeah,
that's it. I think he was expecting for a longer shot there, you know, that he was going to sit near the rail and just shoot the longer cut, and it just came out a lot better.
Yeah, I think he'll take that. Well,
I mean, that's
we're going all the way.
Winner from here, isn't it?
We're going all the way.
Yeah, it's going to be hill like it should be. Yeah, this is a hell of a match. This is what you expect to see out of a hot seat match. It's 2 guys. They both played well. It's been back and forth the whole way.
Yeah, Albinario's done well to stay in the match, chasing Cobra's tail since being 2-0 up.
Well, you got to hand it to Cobra. He's come out and played good. Where, you know, I mean, I honestly thought he was the underdog, and I think most people did. And he's played really well.
Yeah, he's put the time in. He's had plenty of practice today, I think. Well, here we go.
We got a couple of good lucks, and we're off. Oh, he lost the cue ball. That was that hitting the head ball first.
Couple of balls.
That was going right in the corner pocket. Yeah. See how the
clip to 14.
Cue ball got bumped right in the corner, and the 6 ball gets it.
Right, so 12 and 11 are the cribbage balls. So the 11 goes. The 12's in the bottom rail, and he can get to the 12.
This is an ideal situation. He could run down to the end rail. It looks like he's just going to stun over and take the longer cut shot. And now's the time when you want to look at this table real carefully.
He's overcut it.
Oh my God!
He's overcut it.
You know, I'll tell you what I think that is. You know, that's like, you know, like guys look at balls and hit them. They, you know. And then guys get under pressure and they look at balls and they start aiming. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't go by autopilot, you know, instinctive.
Yeah, they start trying to make sure, and that's when that happens.
That's exactly it, because that's why I say that when you have shots like that, you know, when you start doubting yourself and you don't go by your natural instinct, then you're just heading for trouble.
That's me in real life. I mean, I just don't miss too many balls unless I start aiming. When I start aiming, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, everything should just be, you know, autopilot. You know, the coordination and everything works fine until you get to this stage in a match, where then you start thinking about things. And what's Albinario done here? Well,
I mean, I think it was a good idea, but he got the line wrong off that. I mean, he hit the wrong side of the 3 ball. I mean, you could hit the 3 ball on the other side and be okay, but not on that side.
Well, he's going to have to dig out this.
And the combo goes, but obviously it's, you know, at this angle on the side, it's pretty tough combination.
This ain't easy.
Well, it's screw up and screw up back. They're both feeling the heat here.
Well, that was well played.
What a shot. That was a fantastic shot, especially given the circumstances. Well, now what's he going to do? Where's the 14 ball? Well, that's a possibility. Now, that's kind of a cool shot. You cut the 1 ball in the corner, you go to the long rail and try to run it to the end of the 6 ball. I I think that may be all he's got.
Yeah, I mean it's a target to get to, and even if he doesn't get there, he's bound to be on the
So
6
he
one
needs
way
to
or
hit about
another.
a diamond past the side pocket
On the
here.
14. Oh, he's missed a 1.
Well, I mean, he hit it perfect other than missing the ball. He overcut it and it caught a piece of the 8 ball.
Well,
he only got half the equation right there.
Well, we're seeing what happens when it gets to squeaky bum time.
Yeah, there's and it's a tough table too. I mean, Albin made a great shot, had a shot on the 1, definitely was going to get the 14 if he made it on the line he was on.
Well, the 7.
I mean, if he wouldn't have hit it a little thick. Well, let's see. If he would have hit a little thicker and missed the 8 ball, it would have come a little shorter than that. But I think he still would have been fine.
This for 1 cribbage each. What's he got here?
Well, this is tricky here. I mean, he would have liked to be more straight in on this 8 ball. He can go in between the 4 and the 1 and get a shot on the 1.
Oh,
but getting up table is going to be tough.
I've got a crazier shot than that, Steve.
Oh, he bumped it. That was an excellent shot.
I had a crazier shot worked out there. If he'd finished better on the 12, we could have rolled the 12 in and then played a 9-13-3 combo up the rail.
You've got all the good ideas. Well, this is tough here because he's at an angle where this is really tough.
Oh, he's dead straight in the 1.
Yeah, I don't know how he's going to get on this. If he had a little angle, he could drop back. I don't think he can cheat the pocket enough to. What's he doing?
Well,
I guess he's just trying to make balls.
He's had a bang at the 12. I know he's the bang at the 12, and now he needs the 3 ball as a cribbage.
Yep.
He's potted the 12, trying to get a break.
Well, this is a tough bank shot. I don't think it goes. The 1 ball's in the way. So he's got to bank it the other way in the corner. Now, this ball does bank in the corner. If you know this shot, it's not as hard as it looks, but you got to know this shot because it's a very difficult bank if you've never shot a bank like that 3 ball.
No,
he's just gonna say, let's see if you can run out, Albin. So he's got the 13-9. He can shoot right now and then get the 6 ball. And he may just wait and play that. Looks like he may shoot the 1 first. No, he's going for the 13-9. And if he's brave enough to hit this hard, he might be able to move those balls a little, but they're not going to move a lot, even at high speed. I'm not sure it's worth trying to slam this. It may be better just to make sure you make the ball.
So 6 ball is on the short reel at the top.
Yeah, he didn't take any chances.
No.
The good thing is where that 13-2 is, you could possibly come up with a shot on that. But obviously, you're not going to be on your crib ball shooting a 13.
He might drop down here for the 1 in the side, go back up to the 14.
I would think that's what he's going to try. I mean, this ball's missable. It's pretty close to the rail. I don't think I'll miss it, but
no, he's fine. He's got loads of room to work with.
From what we've seen out of these guys, this rack, anything could happen.
And that needs to just slow up.
Well, okay, so this is a chance right here. Oh boy. Yeah, this is another one of these kill shots. And it's a tricky one too. This is the kind of kill shot where you could definitely put this into the corner pocket. Going forward's tough because of the side pocket.
Yeah, I don't like the angle.
Corner. He may just roll this, and he can roll this and try to run into the 14. That's another thing. It's on a pretty good line just to roll this and run the 14, hit the left side of it, just like that.
That double kiss is help.
Yeah. So, I think that was a good shot. Now he's got a chance to move some balls.
He's got to be brave.
Well, he's got a great angle. I mean, you don't have to hit this super hard to get it to run. So, ideally, I think you'd be aiming for about the 2 ball. And, I don't think hitting 11 or 15 is going to do you that much good. I think you need to hit the 2 ball. You got to put some speed on this. I mean, I'm not saying baby this. He's got to put some speed on this to move balls. Well, he's not going to do it.
Well,
this is tough because.
Well, he's obviously what something else out here.
This is hard to come up with a shot on the 2-ball. The best chance is to hit this with a little bit of right English and try to push the 2-ball towards the corner pocket. And the cue ball comes off it and goes out towards the center of the table. I think that's what he's going to play. He's going to try to shove this 2-ball towards the corner pocket on the other side of the table.
Well, that'll do it.
He's just going to bump it like that. He's not going to hit it that hard.
Well,
that was an excellent shot.
This for cribbage number 4, but well, what does he do here, Steve? Does he really go into this and brush off the 15 to break the 12 and the 4? Can he get that? No, he's not doing it.
I don't think he's going to slam this.
He's not doing it.
I think he's just going to try to get a shot on the 11 ball and then break the 4 out. Yeah, that's what he's trying. See, this is all from him playing so much straight pool, is these little bumping balls, and you know, it's. Well, this isn't a bad angle, though, because he can go forward 2 rails into this. I mean, it's actually a perfect angle to go forward 2 rails.
A little
bit of right English and open it up. And, you know, ideally you want to come into the side of it. But, I mean, really anything at this point. He doesn't look like he's putting enough English. Oh, he did. He didn't hit it very hard.
Oh, he's just brushed it.
Good enough.
It's a match-winning shot if he gets this in.
Good enough. Well, I mean, Alvin just showed a lot of class there.
And it goes. Well,
Alvin showed a lot of class there at the end.
That was really well worked out.
I thought we'd see more of that out of Albin, and he would have been, you know, a little easier match for him. But you got to hand it to Cobra. He played really good.
Cobra contributed to it because it was Cobra who got the good start, and then Albinario was chasing all the way. I mean, it was anybody's game at the end. But again, Albinario, you know, when it gets to that time, and you need to hold your nerve, you know, most of the time he's doing it, and that's what you have to do. You have to be able to play your best when it's most needed, and he pulled it out of the fire.
Well, they both had a few problems, but I mean,
you're going
was the one.
You're going to make the odd mistake when it gets down to the wire, you know. But I thought the standard was very good. I don't know how the stats will be affected, but we'll find that out right now because Albinario is leading the stats. Let's have a look at those. So Machine now knows who his next opponent's going to be. It's going to be Cobra, and Machine also knows that as well as he's played, he's got to step it up again.
Well, I was impressed with how Cobra played his last match against Larry. I mean, I think he's an underdog, but I don't think it's anything severe. I mean, Machine could definitely win the match.
Yep. Let's have a look and see if we can bring up Albinario and see how that match looks. Right, so we'll go to the cribbage stats. And if you look at the stats there, well, Albinario's stats is fantastic. I mean, his cribbage completion for the tournament was 88 before this match started, and his cribbage completion tonight was 91, and Cobra's was not far behind, 89.36.
Well, they both played really well. I mean,
90 cribbages attempted by Albi, 82 made. Cobra had 94 and 84 made. Let's look at the break stats. Runouts from the break. We had 3 from Cobra, 2 from Albinario. Balls in the break, that's where they were a bit short. You know, they're under 1. And if we look at the overall stats, well, Albinario's just pulled away again, I think.
Well, I mean, he was.
Yep, he's now 89.39. He's still 4 points in front of his nearest player, who of course is Cobra. Machine is in 3rd spot because they're the only 3 players left in the tournament. But it's interesting that the 3 players that are left in the tournament have the best stats. You know, the stats don't lie.
That cribbage completion percentage is a pretty good indicator of how well people are playing.
Yeah, and
let's look at the break stats.
Break stats.
Yeah, you should have looked at the break stats for that match between Albin and Cobra, because that was interesting.
Runouts from the break. Cobra is in the lead with 13. LS3 is in second on 12. Bedhead's on 12. Albinario's on 10. So Albinario's still got a chance to take that lead, but Cobra's going to have 2 chances at it.
Put in the player names again and look at the break stats, because I'd like to see how those guys broke in this match.
Yeah, they were under a ball on the break. They were a 0.8 or something. It was. What's Albinario's name again? Albinario, isn't it?
I'm trying to think. I mean, I think Cobra broke slightly better, but not a lot.
Well, Albinario had 15 breaks. He was 0.8 for average balls made, 2 runouts, no break fouls, and Cobra was 14 breaks. He was slightly better on balls in the break, but he had also 3 runouts, so he had a better runout.
Well, that's definitely a bug there, because I know there were some break fouls, there were some scratches on the breaks.
Yeah, that's true. Now that you mention it. Now, why would that show up in the stats like that? What's the stats for the game interpreting how that comes up with no fouls when we know there was scratches in the break?
I think it's a bug, is what I think it is.
Yeah, that's definitely wrong. Now, of course, if that's the case, then I think that's the first time we've noticed that. But then again, that if that bug's there, it's been there the whole tournament. So it may
look at it for the whole field. See if they're all 0.
Let's have a look. I never even noticed that before.
Yeah, I think there's some sort of problem there.
Break stats. I think you're right, Steve. Look, absolutely zilch. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's not keeping track of. Well, really, the only break foul there is probably in cribbage is the. I don't know if it's a foul to soft break. I don't think anybody has. It just must not be keeping track of scratches for some reason.
Right. In fact, it's taken us right up until the hot seat match before you noticed that, or anybody noticed it. I don't think anybody else noticed it. Anyway, so let's go back to the bracket just to get confirmation. We have Albinario has achieved the first part of the objective tonight, and that is to get to his 3rd major tournament final in a row, having won the last 2, which was straight pool and then black ball. He's now into the cribbage final, and he now waits on the outcome of the match between Machine from the USA, Cobra from the UK. The deadline date for their match is August the 22nd, so there is, what's today's date? Is this the 13th or the 14th? Yeah, it's the 14th, so they've got like a week to organise things. Now, again, we've got to bear in mind that according to Machine's flag, he's in the States, so there is a 5-hour time, at least a 5-hour time difference. We've also got to bear in mind that Cobra, like me, gets up early in the mornings, 4 a.m, so it may well be somewhere around a similar time as tonight for that match. So we look forward to that. Is Cobra going to get a second chance at Albinario, or is Machine going to be the sort of surprise player in this tournament, having come out of the woodwork? We've never seen him before. Well, that remains to be seen. And Stubbs blaring away in the lobby.
Oh, Stubbs, Stubb.
Well, he always talks a good game, doesn't he? Until the question's asked of him.
Go look at the league page.
All right, let's go look at the league page. I'll do it my way and just go to the little thing. We'll go to the bottom I'm looking at in the league page, Steve. Hello.
Yeah. Look at the teams.
Look at the teams. Yes. I'm looking at the teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Teams not signed up yet. Chicken and Waffles, super admin. Oh, Stubb's in a team, is he? Why did Stubb come out of the woodwork? Mind you, they're really going to struggle to make a team because they're way over the limit. LS3, Stubb, Carlos Lindo, that's that mad Brazilian guy. Snakes. What kind of...
I got to find out if LS3 is going to do anything with this team or not.
Yeah, I think there's only one player in the team and all the rest are invites, is that right? Stubb won't bother, he won't turn up. That Carlos Lindo doesn't play in these things, so that team's going to die a death.
Yeah, I don't know what she was doing because she invited a bunch of people that probably aren't going to play. I don't think she said she publicly stated she didn't want to play leagues, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I've still got my 3 players in the team. Steve was watching. I invited him, but he's totally ignored me. He's probably running about his caravan. Bill was only ever a test. MC Clark is too high, and Power Slams never get back to us. If we look at the list, that list has gone down. Mark Sharp's now on the list. Well, I'll send an invite to Mark Sharp, but he's in the States though. Invite Mark Sharp and see if Mark Sharp's interested. So that's him in an invite. Well, anyway, unless you want to say anything else, Steve, I'm heading for a quick coffee and heading to bed. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. It was certainly worth the wait. And well done to Albinario. Well done to Cobra, because Cobra's arch enemy is Albinario for winning these events. He knows he has to be on the best of form. And he's still got a second bite at the cherry. So it ain't over till it's over, as they say somewhere else in the States. So with that, I'm going to bid you good night. Thanks to Steve for joining us. Thanks for all your company, guys. It was well worth the watch. And remember, if you missed the earlier part of the match, watch it on YouTube. It'll be on the playlist, and I'll do that as soon as I'm finished. So I'll bid you good night and take care, and we'll see you again soon.
All right, good night, guys.
See you later, Steve.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Good night, ladies.